And now the next case.
All parties on Choka versus Chavez. Step forward, please.
26-year-old hairstylist Diane Choka is suing her sister's ex-fiancé, 26-year-old dock worker Shane Chavez, for the deposit on a wedding reception.
Ms. Choka, the defendant is your sister's former fiancé.
Yes.
And according to your complaint, you loaned him $500 to put down as a deposit on a hall for the wedding.
Correct.
Wedding was called off. You want your $500 back.
Correct.
So let me hear about the circumstances of this loan.
My sister and him were planning on buying a house, so she was trying to put down all the money toward the house and that, and he agreed to pay for the hall, but at the time he didn't have the money for the down payment on the hall. So
just a minute. Wait.
So I went ahead and put the money on the down payment on the hall.
Wait just a second. Let's go back. He didn't have the money.
Correct.
Did the two of you have a discussion?
Yes.
Tell me where and when you had the discussion.
It was basically over the phone constantly, and
Not constantly. When did you have the discussion that I will put down the $500 for the hall for you?
When they planned on getting married, I don't know the exact date that they set the date, you know, when they were
Well, I
going to
want
get
to
married.
hear about where you were when you had this discussion.
I was at home.
And you spoke to him on the phone?
Correct. And I've also talked to him in person.
Well, I want to hear the first conversation you had about the $500. Do you remember it?
I was on the phone with him, and my sister was also at his house or his apartment because they were living together.
Right.
And I said I would go ahead and put the money down on the hall, in the understanding that he would pay back
Not
the $500.
understanding. I want you to tell me what words were exchanged.
I asked if he would pay back the money, and he said yes when he got his tax returns in.
Go ahead, let me hear.
I did offer to pay back the $500. I never asked for the money to be loaned to me.
Okay, just a second.
Go ahead.
You had the conversation with her on the phone.
Correct.
Tell me about your version of the conversation.
The conversation just went as pretty much as she said. She had asked me if I was going to pay her back the money, and I agreed to pay back the money, just over verbal conversation over the phone. It was mainly because I wasn't wanting to pay it back. It's just out of kindness to her. That was pretty much all of it. And to get her off the phone and leave me alone, that was pretty much the whole bit. Because she was calling every, 3 days asking me about this.
Asking you about what?
Asking me about the money.
What about the money?
After everything was said and done with the wedding being called off and all that.
No. I'm talking about at the time, Mr. Chavez.
Mm-hmm.
The time she said she would put the money down on the hall. Did you say to her, I'll pay you back?
No, at that time I did not say anything like that.
Well, I want you to tell me about the conversation.
There was none. I'm guessing that her and Lori had went to the hall and just rented it.
When did you tell her that you would pay her back the $500?
After everything was said and done, the relationship was over.
After it was over?
Yes.
And tell me about those conversations.
She had called the house about 3 times in 1 week, asking me about it. And my sister would answer the phone at times, and she wasn't able to, give verification of where I was or anything like that. And I had finally got to talk to her, and I told her just out of point blank, yeah, I'll pay you back the money.
Fine, good. So that's what you agreed to do, right?
Over the phone, yes. It was
Over
pretty
the phone,
much.
in person.
Well, it's...
And he didn't pay you back the money?
No.
Initially, even if I find that there was no contract, sir.
Well, it's not only that aspect of it. You got the aspect that Lori over here. Lori's marrying everybody, okay? Lori is marrying Jimmy and Billy Bob and whoever else is around her, okay?
Yeah.
The money originally did not come from Diane. The money originally did not come from Lori. The original money to put down the hall was from a prior wedding that Lori was supposed to be in.
No.
Shantown. Yeah.
That Lori was supposed to be in. The gentleman that she was supposed to marry originally put $500 down for a wedding hall. That wedding got canceled all of a sudden, more problems. That money then got rolled over to Diane, and Diane agreed to pay Lori back the $500.
No. We lost out the money from her first wedding. Here is my canceled check that the bank makes a copy of to the hall that they were supposed to get married at. Came out of my pocket, not my sister's, no one else's.
Okay. I don't necessarily believe that you had a conversation with him where he asked you for a loan of $500 to put down on the hall. I think that you and your sister and your mother went down, reserved the hall, he broke it off, and then you started to ask him about this money. But once he agreed to pay you back, he agreed to pay you back.
More of an annoyance than it was just to actually pay her the money.
So, is she, so?
You get creditors calling your house constantly, you know, you got some kind of legal binding there, you know. I just got to get her off my back. That's pretty much it.
Good, so why didn't you pay her?
No.
Just a minute, so you told her you'd pay her. Why didn't you pay her to get her off your back?
I had no intentions to begin with. It wasn't my money. I never asked for the money. It was just
It was
put
for
up.
your wedding.
It was just there.
It was for your wedding.
It was for her wedding. I was just a participant that happened to be there.
Judgment for the
there.
plaintiff in the amount of $500. Thank you.
Lopez is suing the mother of his child, 22-year-old homemaker Suhey Gonzalez, for having him falsely arrested for domestic violence. Suhey says Jason threatened their infant son with a knife.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom. Your Honor, this is case number 174 on the calendar in the matter of Lopez versus Gonzalez. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Mr. Lopez, you and the defendant have a child together. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
It is your complaint that the defendant had you arrested on false charges of assault, domestic violence, and you want to be compensated for that. And in addition, you want a home entertainment center that you say was yours, that is in the defendant's home. The defendant says that the home entertainment center was a gift. You did, in fact, assault her, and she is counterclaiming for her injuries.
I don't have nothing. He took everything.
Defendant says the home entertainment center was a gift. Do you still have it?
No, he took everything.
She doesn't have it. And that you did, in fact, assault her. And her counterclaim is for the injuries that she suffered during the course of this assault, which occurred around Christmas time. Is that right?
Christmas Day.
Okay. All right, Mr. Lopez. Were you living with the defendant at the time that you were arrested?
I was moving out. I was in the moving out.
He was already a week out.
I'm going to get to you in a minute, but don't interrupt him. What do you mean you were in the process of moving out? What does that mean?
The day after Thanksgiving, we had a really big argument, and we had broken up. So we made an agreement by no later than the first week of January that I had to have everything of mine moved out and be completely moved out. I was staying between there, like a few days if I babysitted my son, or I stood at my best friend's house or my mother's house.
So most of the time you weren't living there?
Yes.
All right. So tell me about Christmas Day. You came over to the house?
What happened was we agreed to meet up at my best friend's house. We picked up my son and her son, her other child, and we agreed to go back to her house, to her apartment, and open up the children's gifts together. And from there, when we arrived at the home, we opened the gifts. She asked me to stay a little bit longer while she took a shower so I could watch the children. I agreed. At that time, I received a phone call from my fiancé on my fiancé's cell phone, just before she went to the bathroom to take a shower. At that time, I was speaking to her. I explained to her what time I was going to be finished. I explained to her that she was going to take a shower and I was going to meet up with her right after. At that time, she began screaming, saying stuff that didn't need to be said over the phone for my fiancé to hear. So at that time, I said, why are you acting up? You know what? I'm not going to stay. I'm leaving. She began an argument. I tried to leave. I had my son in my arms with the cell phone. She wouldn't let me leave. So I said, you know what? I'm leaving. I'm leaving my son. I put my son down in the crib. At that time, I dropped the cell phone in the crib without knowledge when I put my son down. I tried to leave. She blocked the doorway. I kept on explaining to her, move, I want to leave. I'm not staying. I'm out. She didn't want to let me. So then I barged through. She had her arms spread out against the doorway, holding me, not letting me go. So when I barged through so I could leave, she scratched her arm. So I left. When I got outside, I went to go call my fiancé.
That is not even
And when I got downstairs,
Ms. Gonzalez, I don't want to hear it's not true again. Do you understand?
No problem.
No, that's not an answer. The answer is yes, Your Honor, I understand. I will not interrupt again.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand. I will not interrupt again.
That's right. Go ahead.
So outside, I went to make an attempt to call my fiancé, and I noticed I didn't have the phone. So when I went back upstairs,
That was stupid.
because the phone was upstairs,
That was stupid.
I went and I looked for the phone. And
Say yes, that was stupid.
Yes, it was stupid. So I asked her if she
I
had
mean,
the
you'd
cell
just
phone.
gotten out of the house, you pushed her, she scratched her arm, according to you. You leave the cell phone and you go. You don't go back into a confrontational area, sir. That's stupid, Mr. Lopez.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so you go back upstairs. What happened when you went back upstairs?
When I got upstairs, I asked her, did she have the cell phone? She says, I don't have it. So as I looked through the house, I remembered I had it in my hand when I put my son down. When I looked into the crib, my son wasn't in the crib. I went and found my cell phone under the sheet. Again, I attempted to leave. Again, she blocked my way. I said, just move, then move. At that time, she told me she had called the cops and I was going to be arrested. I said, well, I'm leaving. And outside the door, a lady, which I had never seen before in this building for the whole year I was living there, had my son. As I attempted to take my son from the lady, 2 female officers were coming upstairs.
What were you taking your son from the lady for?
I didn't know the lady. If I don't know the person, I don't want nobody I don't know having my son in my hands. I don't know what they'll do. So the 2 officers were downstairs. They came, and they brought us all into the apartment, me, her, and the 2 kids. While we were in the apartment, the officers explained because this domestic problem, they were going to arrest both of us. At that time, they would take both children and put them in child custody. I said, I'm not pressing no charges. I don't want nothing. I just want to go home. My son can stay. I have no problem. At that time, the female officer told me to stand by the door, don't move. So at that time, there was a knock at the door. 2 more officers came, 2 male officers now. We go back inside. She's in there screaming. Next thing you know, all I hear is her mother screaming at me. Jason, I wouldn't do this to you. And she said, why are you doing this? I said, what's going on? The officer said, turn around, and they handcuffed me. Later, when I was taken down to central booking for arrest, I was informed of the charges. It was assault with weapon, child endangerment. They said I put a knife to my son's back. At no time did I ever touch a knife to grapple against my son. Because of that, I had charges of an ACS for attempt on my child, and
All right, you were held in jail for 2 days, is that right?
for, yeah, almost 2 days. I called my fiance.
All right, the charges were subsequently dismissed when you decided to drop all charges against each other, is that right?
Yeah.
Do you see your son now so regularly?
No.
Why not?
I still can't because she won't let me see my son.
Uh-huh.
It's a struggle for me to see my son.
All right.
And every time we went to family court for me to get a chance to see my son, she made false charges, knowing I was going to get visitation of my son, then I'm arrested.
Okay. I'd like to see first the medical bills that you have as a result of this incident on Christmas Day.
I didn't get to get the medical bills because this happened so quick that I didn't get a chance to get them. So I have my pictures.
Let me see all the papers you have. All the papers.
Your Honor, Judy.
Shh. Just a minute.
I have a scar on my left hand.
Just a minute.
And the lady that
Just a
called,
second. These scratches are what you're talking about?
Yeah, I had a scratch.
All right.
I had a hairline fracture in my left hand.
Don't tell me you had a hairline fracture without any medical bills, without reports. Don't tell me about a hairline fracture.
Excuse me, Judge.
Shh. I'll get to you in a minute.
Thank you.
I have a few questions for Ms. Gonzalez. The police officer who took this report took your statement, is that right?
Yes, and on the statement,
I'm speaking. The police officer who took the report took your statement, and he read the statement to you, is that right?
yes, he did.
And after he read the statement, he asked you if it was accurate, is that right?
Yes, he did.
And you said it was accurate, is that right?
That's right.
And you signed it.
Yes.
And you wouldn't have left out anything vitally important, is that right?
No.
So I'm going to read what you wrote in the statement.
I didn't write that. The officer.
What I don't care whether you wrote it or the officer wrote it. I just asked you whether he read it to you and whether you signed it. You said yes.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jason Lopez says ex-girlfriend Suhey Gonzalez had him falsely arrested for domestic abuse. Suhey claims Jason slammed her hand in a door and held a knife to their son's throat.
All right, Ms. Gonzalez, I'm going to read what you wrote in this police report. It says, at the time and place listed above, the perpetrator, that's him, who was the victim's common-law husband, did grab the victim by her throat, choked her, at which time he forced her left hand between the door and the wall and repeatedly slammed the door on the victim's hand, causing substantial pain and swelling to the victim's left hand. That's what this says, okay? Now I'm going to tell you what you wrote in your answer. When I told him to leave, he grabbed our son and tried to take him. When I tried to stop him, he pulled a knife out and held it to my son's neck. He said, if you don't let me take him, I'll kill both of us.
No, they didn't write it in the police.
They wrote nothing about a knife, threatening to kill himself, threatening to kill this child. You know why they didn't write that down? Because you didn't tell them that.
Is that you?
No. Because you didn't tell them that.
All right, I didn't tell them exactly at the time.
Right, at the
because
time.
they had me in a separate room, they had him outside.
Just a second. At the time, you didn't tell them that he took out a knife, he held it to the baby's throat, he threatened to kill the baby. You told him that he hurt your hand and your hand was in pain, not that he threatened to kill your child. You made that up later.
No, I did not.
Oh, yes, you did.
Oh, no, I did not.
Oh, yes, you did.
They knew that he was the one. Can I say something now?
Yeah.
In that police report, the lady signed, she's the one who signed right next to the statement, not me. Because I didn't call the cops because he broke my phone, and that's why. I didn't call the cops. The lady from my building called the cops. She's the one who had both of my kids because my oldest was crying. She's the one who called the cops.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to call the cops.
Here we go.
Because he wanted to take my son, just like he took my son 3 weeks ago.
Let me explain to you what got you angry, Miss Gonzalez. I've been in this business a long time. He's at your house. According to your answer, he told you a couple of weeks before or a month before, he didn't want to have, I'm speaking, that he didn't want to have anything to do with you anymore. He had a new girlfriend. Clearly, he has a new girlfriend. All right?
Excuse me.
I'm speaking. He comes over to your house, right? According to your answer. You open up the Christmas presents together. It's all a nice family situation. You ask him to watch the kids while you go take a shower. This is what you write here. When you come out of the shower, you hear him on the phone with his girlfriend. I'm not saying that that's what happened, sir. I'm saying that that's what she wrote in her answer. That makes one very angry.
Of course.
Of course. Of course that makes you very angry because there you're here with him, with a new baby. He's taking care of the baby's presents. He's in your house Christmas time, and he's going to say goodbye to you, and he's going to go to girlfriend number...
And it was just a week that we had broken up.
Fine. So you're really angry. The knife was a nice touch. He wasn't arrested with a knife. He wasn't arrested with a knife.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about.
And
you know what I'm talking about.
And I know what happened.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what happened. Because he tried to take my son. He tried to take my son.
Just a second. What do you mean?
That's how... Who called my
Hey,
mother?
Miss Gonzalez.
Who called my mother? The lady?
Miss Gonzalez.
That called the cops?
Miss Gonzalez. Is he the father?
Yes, he's the father. And I'm not saying that he's not.
I'm speaking. Is he the father?
Yes.
Then you have no greater right to this child than he does.
But he kidnapped my son for 3 weeks.
You can't kidnap your own child unless there's an order of custody.
This is recently. We've been going through this. I just want to go on with my life. I want him to go on with his life. If he wants to see his son, he's more than welcome to see his son. I have nothing wrong with that. But he cannot see his son because he has order protection.
Then they're going to put you out. When you claim that you were severely assaulted, and the best picture that you can come up with is a picture showing me 2 scratches on your arm. 2 scratches. That's what they are. No hairline fracture, no hospital records, no... Well, all right. This was an argument. And unfortunately, because the police take domestic violence seriously, as they should, they got to arrest somebody.
And I lost my securities license.
Mr. Lopez, you do not get an A+ for smarts. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, you don't get an A+ for going back for a $39.99 cell phone after you have already had an altercation with her, and you were out of the problem. You were outside.
Because he never went outside.
Excuse me?
Because he never went outside.
Because you wouldn't let him go outside, Miss Gonzalez,
because he was trying to kidnap my son. He was trying to take my son. And he's devious like that, that he would take my son and leave. Just like he did 3 weeks ago. And that's why he was going to get rearrested. I had to get the cops to come get my son from his house.
You keep saying my son.
Because he's my son. Because he don't pay no child support. He doesn't do nothing.
What do you do for a living?
He hasn't done nothing.
What do you do for a living?
I was working.
What do you do for a living now?
Nothing.
Who supports the child?
I do.
No, not if you're not working. You get welfare?
Yes, I do.
If you get welfare, then I support your son. You think I should take him?
Yeah, but I was working.
Just a second. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? He doesn't support his child, and you don't support your child. I support your child. So that means that I should get custody? Don't be ridiculous. All right, Ms. Gonzalez, you keep saying, it's my child. He's taking my child. He's entitled to see his child. It doesn't sound to me like he's too bright.
I just stopped working,
because he went from this child, you're going to have another child? You keep rubbing your belly? right?
Yes.
You got enough trouble with one. You're going to make another one?
Yeah.
How many more do you have?
That's the only one. The only one coming.
In any event, I read the police report. I read the police report that doesn't talk about a knife to the throat, threatened to kill the child, threatened to kill anybody, and I see 2 scratches on your arm. You also, sir, yeah, you want to play that for me?
Yes, I even have an
Go
audio
ahead,
tape of
let
her
me hear it.
saying-
But I still get over the fact why you had me arrested.
Because I was just upset. Things were going through my mind. I'm admitting I'm sorry.
Oh, so you're admitting that you did get me arrested?
This is why he was...
Because I was with another chick?
No, it wasn't only because of that. It was because of a lot of things, Jason.
Oh, okay. But then why did you tell him I punched you in your face? I choked the out of you?
No, I didn't say that.
Gigi, the DA said that in the court.
Mr. Lopez, I didn't even have to listen to that. I mean, I've heard this, I've been around this business now for 27 years, right?
Yes.
And I know, when I read your papers, I see her affect, right?
Yes.
And I know exactly what happened. That doesn't mean that you were smart, A, as I said, to go back to the cell phone, B, to get a telephone call from your girlfriend. Tell your girlfriend, don't call me until I call you. I don't want to create any more problems with her. I'm going to open presents with the children. Don't call me. That creates a problem.
We had already opened the gifts. This was around the time I was getting ready to leave.
She shouldn't have called you, and you shouldn't have spoken to her. Say, this is a tacky problem. I don't want there to be any problem with her. Don't call me. I'll be there. I'll be home when I'm home. And the reason she called is because it's a little territorial. She's not so happy either. You're going over to visit mother number 1. She's going to be mother number 2. You know, you got to be
She
smart.
wasn't pregnant at the time.
2 months later. Wow,
Now
big
she
difference.
is. Now she is, right? And on your security job, you can hardly afford to pay for yourself.
I don't have work.
Listen to me, sir. When you had a security job, you could hardly afford to pay for 1 child. Now you're going to have 2. Did you pay for a lawyer? No. They gave you a free lawyer.
Yes.
You spent a couple of days in jail.
Yes.
You shouldn't have.
And so did I, because he falsely arrested me.
For what?
He said that I made phone harassment. On June 30th, he called me. I have the phone records for that. He called me with my own phone card that he rung up. He falsely arrested me on June 31st. I got arrested. I made the report on June 30th. As soon as the time right after he called me and called them and let them know that he was calling me and harassing me. And he called me with my own phone card. And right after that, he calls his girlfriend and his mother.
No. No.
Ms. Gonzalez, your counterclaim is for the assault that you claim he perpetrated on you
And
on
false
Christmas
arrest.
Day.
It says it on the paper.
And according to your complaint, you are filing for injuries and damages due to the alleged assault. Okay? You do say somewhere in your answer that he filed false charges, but the damages you are requesting are for the assault. And I don't find that he assaulted you, so your counterclaim is dismissed. The only thing that I have to consider now is whether there was an argument and whether, as a result of false statements that you made and continue to make and continue to embellish to the police.
Not me,
that
because
I'm
I wanna go on with my life. He's the one
I'm
who brings me
speaking.
here. For what?
He brought you here
For what?
because you.
He keeps calling me and harassing me.
Listen to me. He's known you a long time. I've met you now for about 15 minutes, and I don't think he's crazy. And I wouldn't precipitate phone calls and contact with you because I think that you're an angry lady. I think that you feel as if he jilted you, that he left you high and dry with your baby, and now he's got somebody else. All of those things, doesn't pay child support, you're not working, but that doesn't give you the right to have him arrested and make false allegations, which I believe that you did, and I'm awarding him $1,000 on his claim. That's all. By the way, she doesn't have your entertainment center.
Yes, she
That's
does.
all.
Your Honor, when we went there, the officers
Goodbye.
explained.
World office clerk Karina Roy is suing former landlord, 52-year-old daycare provider Nicole Zimius for the return of rent. Karina says Nicole assaulted her with Tupperware and then kicked her out.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 184 on the calendar in the matter of Roy versus Zimius. Party, you're welcome. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Miss Roy, according to your complaint, you rented a room in defendant's home.
Yes,
When did you rent the room?
from January until May.
And what was your monthly rent?
$500.
According to your complaint, there came a time sometime in, was it May, that you had an argument?
Early June.
So you stayed there till June?
Yeah, well, yeah, I was to
You
stay.
stayed there till June?
Mm-hmm.
You had an argument over Tupperware.
Yes.
As a result of that argument, you say you were assaulted, given an eviction notice, forced to move. You want the defendant to pay you for the assault, pro rata for the rent, because you had already paid June's rent, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Your moving expenses, told you wanted to pay $1,543. So let's take it from. When in June did you have this argument?
June 6th.
Tell me about the argument.
Well, the morning of June 6th, I woke up, and I had been looking for my Tupperware throughout that week. And
What Tupperware?
This Tupperware right here.
Those two pieces?
Yes. So throughout the week and in the morning before work and everything, that's when I had time to ask her. So on June 6th, I knocked on her door, and she said, you know, come on in. And I said, hey, Nicole, you know, have you seen my Tupperware? And she said, no, you know, and went on into, you know, Karina, I need to stop condensing your food down into smaller containers in the refrigerator. And this was the third time that I had asked her for my Tupperware, and she was changing the subject when 2 other times I wasn't getting direct answers, and where she was directing me, they weren't there. Like the first time I asked her.
I'm not interested.
Okay.
Just get to the point.
So I said, look, if I don't get my Tupperware back, I'll just take it off my rent. And she said, well, don't you dare. And she threw her blankets off her, with which every morning.
Just a second. Are you telling me you went into her bedroom
Yes.
to ask? Let me finish my question. You went into her bedroom to ask for those 2 pieces of Tupperware?
Yes, for the
And
third.
she was in bed?
Yes.
Go ahead. So she threw her blankets off.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
But, you know, every other morning.
Just answer the question. Tell me, she threw her blankets off and said what?
Don't you dare, you know, and she threw her blankets off, and she ran to the door and slammed it open. She said, I ate it! And she stormed into the kitchen. And I followed her, and she opened her Tupperware cupboard and forced all of her Tupperware on me like that.
Let me explain something to you. Don't get dramatic with me. Okay, go ahead. So she...
And threw all of her Tupperware on me.
She didn't throw all of her Tupperware on you.
Yes, she did. Yes,
How did
she did.
Miss Roy, you're standing there, so was what you're telling me she took out each piece of Tupperware from the cupboard and threw it at you?
No, she has a Tupperware cupboard, and she put her arm on one end of that Tupperware cupboard, and with all of her force, threw it on me, and I was standing behind her, and it landed on me.
Is that the assault you're talking about?
No, and there was one other.
No. Is that the assault that you're talking about?
That's one of them, yes.
And when was the other one?
Then she kept standing there and screaming, you know, how dare you, and don't you dare, don't you even dare, Karina, shame on you, shame on you.
Shh, listen to me.
Like this.
I hear you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, this is what she was yelling at me.
Go ahead.
And I said, you know, Nicole, you said you were going to take care of my Tupperware, and and on Sunday your maid came, and I haven't seen him since. And she said, there's your answer, Karina. Look in that cupboard there. Look in that one. And I go over there, and I open it up, and it's kind of on the ground, so I kneel down, and there's my Tupperware, and I grab it. And when I'm down, she's leaning her whole body into me, pointing her finger in my face. How dare you? Don't you even dare. Shame on you. That's it. I want you out of here. And she hit my head with her finger. She had all of her weight on me.
Next. So what happened next?
So then I got up, and I'm just like backing away. I'm like backing away. I'm walking out of the kitchen, you know, and she threw her hand up. Damn you know, how can you do this? And that's it, Karina, I want you out of here in 30 days. And I'm standing there, and we're standing in front of Anna now, okay? And I said, good. And Anna stood up and said, hey, and looking directly at me, and said, hey, the babies, as she's looking at me. And I had not said anything through this whole entire time.
What is she saying?
The babies. The babies.
Hey! Quiet. What happened next?
Well,
You went to work.
as Anna was
You
saying.
went to work?
Yeah, I went to work.
And what happened when you came home from work?
There was a letter in my room.
And what did the letter say?
It said, because of your histrionics and verbal assault this morning, Anna and I agreed that for the sake of the daycare children, you are to leave the premises as soon as possible. I am hereby giving you a 14-day notice.
Okay. You don't deny writing that note? No. Good. Okay. Where did you come to a 14-day notice?
In my contract, Your Honor, I have it's a month-to-month lease.
Yeah, so there's usually a 30-day notice.
Right. And because of the daycare, should there be any behavioral or safety issue, I exercise the right to use the 14-day. And also the tenant.
Is there a notice in your agreement giving you the right for a 14-day notice?
Yes.
Let me see it.
Yes, it's right here. And,
can I see it, please?
Yes.
Good.
There's also a 48-hour, but that's for something more serious like underage drinking.
Let me just see.
In my home.
Okay. With at least 14 days' notice given and acknowledged in writing by both parties. Okay, so you gave her a 14-day notice.
My assistant and I decided. Okay.
So that's on the 6th?
Mm-hmm.
When did you move out?
Moved out on the 9th.
30 days, half September, April, June, and November. So what we're talking about is 21 days. Is that right?
No, so I had paid June's rent on May 21st to stay till June 21st.
Oh, okay. So that means that you're only entitled to 12 days.
Yes.
You have a problem with giving her her prorated rent?
I do, Your Honor, because I gave her the 14-day notice.
She moved out before.
And she had announced to me that she would be moving out the following Saturday, which was in a couple of days. And my exact words were, Karina, you're free to move whenever you want, but the room is yours until the 21st.
That's just because you say so.
And
listen to me. Just because you say so doesn't mean that that's so. You gave her a 14-day notice.
Right.
Because you say there was some egregious reason why you gave her short notice. If
Yeah.
she decides not to stay there until that time, that's her prerogative. You have to give her her prorated rent back.
But, Your Honor, the problem is, although she physically moved out, her property was still in the room.
All of her?
Absolutely. No, not all of her property.
What?
The day after she moved, she said she
What
needed
was in-
to bring her answering machine in because her phone...
What was in her
Well,
room?
there was a lamp, a pole lamp, and then her ashtray, and she said Saturday night when she moved out, I'm really tired, my ashtray is in there, I didn't even wash it, I'll get back to it later. And I did not even go into the room to clean or anything. When I did go after the 20th, when she got her security deposit back, then I went in there, and these two items were in the closet still.
Is that the other
And
items?
the lamp, she had said when she was moving, she said, you can either give this away or throw it away.
And you should have done that.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Karina Roy says former landlord Nicole Zimius assaulted her with Tupperware.
Okay. What items do you think suggest that she still occupied the room? The teddy bear and the cup?
Well,
Listen to me. Speak.
the lamp.
The lamp she told you to get
and
rid
the
of.
ashtray, and these two things, with the kind of ups and downs that we've had in her stay, I was not about to even go into the room, and I didn't.
That's fine. That's your prerogative. You did, you didn't. I don't care whether you did or whether you didn't. Clearly, you gave her a notice because you didn't want her around. You felt as if you wanted to give her 2 weeks to get out. That's fine. I find that she elected to move out before. I believe she's entitled to do that. She doesn't want to be there if you don't want her there. She moved out. She gets her portion of the rent back that she paid, because I don't consider that, a cup and her teddy bear, leaving property in the house so that you couldn't rent the room again if you wanted to. All right. Now next, you want her to pay your moving expenses. Is that right?
Yes.
Wrong. So we've just dealt with that. You don't get your moving expenses. Now, damages due to the assault. I'm prepared to hear you if you want to tell me what your damages were as a result of the assault.
Because of this, I mean, the way I physically felt, okay, was just like somebody just ripped my, I mean, I just felt hollow in here. I mean, I did not feel stable at all. My driving
You're not
has
stable. Anybody that walks into a bedroom, somebody sleeping in their bed, to ask for 2 pieces of Tupperware and start an argument with them while they're in bed over 2 pieces of Tupperware isn't too stable.
Okay.
To start with.
Well, because
$500 divided by 30 equals $16.66. Clear that?
Yeah, just multiply.
What?
Just multiply.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Wait a second. I'm learning how to use this machine.
Okay, I'm trying to tell you.
Just a minute. Times 12 equals $199.92. That you are entitled to. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $199.92. Thank you. You want to give her back a bear?
She fought with all the tenants. She fought with me. She fought with my 2 sons who don't even live there anymore.
Absolutely not. I'm such a meek, shy person. I bowed down to them and I stayed out of their way.
And now the next case.
All parties on Habib versus Fields. Step forward, please.
27-year-old tutor Nafisa Habib is suing her ex-boyfriend's friend, 28-year-old bakery worker Anise Fields, for smashing her windshield with a baseball bat.
Ms. Habib, both you and the defendant have a child.
Yes.
And that child was fathered by the same person.
Yes.
So that's how you know each other.
Yes, ma'am.
And I would assume that you don't like each other.
I have no problem with her.
Well, then you think she doesn't like you.
I guess, yes.
Because it's your claim that she smashed the windshield of your car.
Yes, ma'am.
When did this take place?
January 12, 2001.
Where?
His uncle's house where he was staying there at the time.
This is the father?
Yes.
Of both children?
Yes, ma'am.
You have any other children?
Yes, I do.
How many?
4.
4 other ones?
4 children altogether.
Altogether. How old is your child?
My child is 3.
And yours?
He's 3. My child's 1 month older than her son.
Tell me how it happened that you happened to be in the same location.
January 12th, he called me and asked me to bring over my daughter. He doesn't see her a lot, so I brought her over.
To where he was staying?
Yes. While we were there, I was downstairs in like the lounge area in the basement, and he was upstairs. And I heard some banging on the door. I thought he had locked himself outside the house. So I called upstairs, Rude Boy, did you lock yourself outside?
What's his name?
Rude Boy. By that time, he came downstairs. He said, Anise is outside.
Anise?
Yes.
That's you?
Me. Yeah. I said, are you going to let her in? He said, no, she's upset. She's going to want to fight. I said, fight who? That's when she busted the basement window. She had a bat in her hand, and I saw her. Rude Boy ran upstairs. I stayed downstairs. They were outside. I heard her yelling, what do you think, I'm stupid? Is she in there? Is she in there? I heard him yelling. He said, I'm going to call the police. He came in the house. Apparently, she left. He came downstairs. He didn't call the police. We started cleaning up the glass. At that time, I said, Rude Boy, let me drop you off at work. When I went to my car, opened my door, I saw the glass on my seat and saw she bust my windshield. I switched cars with my father, and I went to her house. She invited me in. We talked for a while. The end result of the conversation was that Anise said she was going to pay for my windshield when she got her school money because she didn't have any money at the time. The very next day, after Anise busted my windshield, she called me, and she apologized continuously. Nafisa, I'm sorry. This is not me. I don't go around busting girls' windshields. I felt sorry for Anise because I know how it is for a brother to allow you to believe that it's all about you, and it's not all about you. So I felt sorry for her. I said, no problem, Anise, when you get the money.
So, bottom line is, you saw her with the bat break the basement window.
Yes.
But not your car window.
No.
But she did, in fact, tell you that she would pay for it. Okay, let me hear you.
She's lying. Basically.
Why don't you just tell me what happened? You went over
I wasn't there. No, I was not there. No.
Just a second. Are you telling me that you never went to the house?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
I think you have to come up with a better story than that. I'm going to tell you why. Because I believe her when she says that you came to the house.
Mm-hmm.
I believe her when she says that she saw you with a bat in your hand and that there was glass downstairs, the basement window. So I think we're going to start over again.
She's lying. He lives there, so he was there, so he can tell you. I was not there.
All right.
She's lying. I don't know. My basement window never got broke. I don't know how you could see somebody break the basement window from the basement. I don't know what she's talking about. Prior to this, she said I broke her window, busted her car up. She told my grandmother I did it. She let a friend of mine use her car. He crashed her car up. She said I did it. I don't know nothing about what this is about.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, Miss Judy, Judge Judy. I'm trying to be calm because I want to cry because I cannot believe that Jamar would sit up here and lie. He was supposed to watch Hanifa, but he said that he couldn't watch her. I didn't even know he was going to be here. Rude Boy, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Shh. Don't talk to him.
I'm sorry.
Can I see the police report, please?
Yes, ma'am. Miss Judge Judy, he also told me, Rude Boy himself told me that Anise had intentions several times to pay you for your car windshield, but things that came up. When I went to her house, I met her mother, I met her daughter, Asia.
You brought your daughter
I
to
met
my
her
house.
son.
No. Okay, just a minute. Wait.
Oh, God.
I can't believe you, Rude Boy.
I can't believe you.
Oh, it's over.
Never was anything.
Whatever, Rude Boy. Whatever.
If you talk amongst yourselves, you're leaving.
Excuse me.
Tell me why you reported this to the police 2 days later.
Well, I believed Denise. When she said she was going to pay me for the windshield, and when she called me the very next day after it happened, I believed her. I believed her. My father said, Nafisa, cover your tracks. If you get a police report, then at least you have that in case you have to take her to court. I did not believe it was going to have to go this far. It's only $183. I'm not asking her for cab money or the inconvenience she put me. My sister had to come and get me several times to pick up my children. I worked 2 jobs. I raised 4 children by myself. I don't have time for this. This is so juvenile.
Mr. Jones, do you currently have a relationship with any of the 3 or 4 women?
This one here.
This
No,
one.
he doesn't.
Shh,
I'm sorry.
No, no, no.
I apologize.
No, no, no.
I'm sorry.
So you currently have a relationship with a niece.
Yes.
How long have you had that relationship with a niece?
Since last year, we started dating each other and being in a relationship last summer.
How many children do you 2 have together?
1.
1.
Your other 2 children, do they have the same mother?
No.
What do you do for a living?
My teacher aide, bus aide.
Nothing.
Shh.
I'm sorry. I apologize. He's lying. I'm sorry.
Well, how was she taking me to work if she came over?
Just listen to me.
She's making up stuff.
Listen to me.
I'm sorry. I understand. I apologize.
Teacher's aide, bus aides don't
Yes.
make a lot of money.
Small money.
Small money doesn't make 4 children.
No, I made 4 children, but my money take care of my children.
Impossible. Impossible. Okay. Do you work, Anise?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
I work at a bakery.
How many children do you have?
5.
Do all 5 children live with you?
Yes.
You make a lot of money in the bakery?
No, I don't. I also go to school.
How is your family subsidized?
From me working and going to school.
How much money do you make at the bakery?
I make $5.50 an hour.
$5.50 an hour gross does not support 6 people, and he certainly doesn't make enough to support you and your children. What kind of work do you do?
I tutor children full-time, and I work at a floral shop part-time.
How many children do you have?
4.
What other support do you get for your children?
I receive food stamps, and that helps a great deal.
How old are your other children, Mr. Jones?
10, 2.
So you have a new child, not with either one of these 2 women.
Yes.
And shortly after that child was born, you renewed your relationship with a niece. Is that right?
Yes.
Excuse me, miss.
Shh. $183 is what the windshield cost you?
Yes, ma'am.
Pay it. $183, judgment for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Year-old sheriff's deputy Edwin Brock is suing 55-year-old entrepreneur Donald Courtney for filing a false complaint after a traffic stop.
Order. All rise. Now, this is case number 154 on the calendar in the matter of Brock versus Courtney. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. Brock, you are a peace officer, is that correct?
That's correct, Judge.
Your complaint is that you made a traffic stop of the defendant for speeding, and that subsequent to giving him a ticket, he filed a complaint against you, which was patently false, with Internal Affairs causing an investigation. And while you were cleared of all charges, that report will remain on your file permanently, and you want him to pay you damages.
That's correct.
That's what the case is about. So I have a couple of questions, then I'm going to go to Mr. Courtney. How long have you been a peace officer?
I've been a peace officer, Your Honor, for approximately 9 years.
And what is your assignment, sir?
I'm assigned to the traffic division as a motor officer and an accident investigator.
When did this incident happen?
The incident occurred on September 2nd of 2000,
What time of day?
approximately 8:30 in the morning.
And what was the reason that you stopped the defendant's car?
On that date and time, Your Honor, I was in uniform working speed enforcement in my jurisdiction when my attention was drawn to a vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed on a street named El Camino Real. My visual estimation of the vehicle's speed was approximately 50 miles an hour, which is about 15 miles an hour over what's posted for that roadway. And that roadway in itself has numerous driveways and businesses in this particular area, which restricts a sight distance for vehicles traveling.
Whatever. So you thought he was going about 15 miles over the posted speed limit?
That's correct.
You pulled him over?
Yes.
When you pulled him over, you identified yourself as a peace officer?
Yes, I did, and I was in uniform.
Mr. Courtney, I'm going to come to you next, and I want you to tell me your version of what happened after you were pulled over.
The officer came up to my window, and I inquired of him as to why
Just tell
I
me
was
what
being
you
stopped.
said. I inquired of him. Tell me what you said to him. He came up to your window. Did he say anything to you, or did you say something first?
He asked me for my identification.
Did he say, can I have your identification
Yes.
or your driver's license and registration?
Exactly. Yes, he
No,
did.
which one?
He asked me for my driver's license and for registration.
Did you give it to him?
I looked for it, and then I suddenly remembered that all of my identification, along with my passport, was in my briefcase, which was sitting at home in another vehicle with my driver waiting to take me to LAX. I was on my way to Europe.
And you told him you didn't have
Yes, I did.
driver's license nor the registration for the car.
Yes.
What did he say to you then?
He asked me for my particulars, my age, my date of birth, my address, my height, my weight, color of my eyes, and I gave him that information.
Okay, go ahead.
And he then returned to his motorcycle, which was probably 5 to 10 yards parked behind my car, and he was there for quite some time.
And then?
Then he returned to the car, and he presented me with a ticket to sign.
Mm-hmm.
And I signed it.
And then?
And then he tore the ticket off, and he left.
So that all sounds very nice. And then what did you do?
Well, there was a lot that transpired in between
Well,
because
I'm
of his
asking you.
actions.
I mean, we're not going to play I've got a secret in 20 questions, Mr. Courtney. So far, you told me what happens when you make a routine traffic stop, license, registration you don't have, checks your ID, gives you a ticket, and you both go
Well,
on
the
your way.
gentleman,
That sounds
the
all very
gentleman
nice.
here, while he's composed today, was
No,
quite.
no, just tell me what happened,
He was
Mr.
agitated.
Courtney.
He was very agitated.
Tell me, sir. He comes and he asks for your license and registration. You don't have it. I want you to tell me, point by point, which I thought you did, what it was that caused you to file a complaint against him.
When he approached me, Your Honor, he appeared agitated.
How did he appear agitated?
When someone looks at a person and they're not composed, possibly he had a bad start to his day, I don't know, and he did.
So he appeared agitated.
Yes, he did.
Okay. Go ahead.
Then, when I told him that I didn't have my identification with me, he just didn't seem to believe me, and he became more agitated.
No, don't tell me agitated. What did he say to you, sir?
He told me he was going to take me to magistrate's court.
Okay, go ahead.
And that was after I had informed him that I was on my way to LAX to fly to Europe, so I assumed he was going to take me to magistrate's court. I was going to miss my flight.
So what did you say to him?
I just basically cooperated with him and gave him the
No, tell me what
information
you
that he
said.
wanted to. I don't recall exactly what I said to him at that moment, but what I did do is I got on the phone and I dialed 911 right away.
Why?
Because of how he was conducting himself.
So far, I haven't heard anything, sir.
Well,
untoward.
I'm about to share it with you. He was,
Well, please, to
he
share
was
it.
very animated.
How animated?
He was animated to the point whereby he was in my face, in my car.
How was he in your car?
His face was literally 12 to 18 inches from my face, and I'm sitting in the driver's seat, rather than having a good 3-foot distance where people can just communicate with one another. He was in the car, so to speak. He was in my face. He was not happy. He was in a bad mood. He was agitated.
Your Honor, this man is perjuring himself.
Just a second. Now, after he left, according to you, there were no words that he said to you. It was his affect. Is that right?
No, he threatened to take me to magistrate's court,
That
and I
is
couldn't
his right.
understand why.
That is his right to take you to magistrate's court, sir. So that's not a threat. There were no words that he said to you that were threatening. It was his affect.
And his hand on his gun, Your Honor.
Yes.
This was just a simple traffic stop
Well,
on a
it's
Saturday
simple-
morning.
It's a simple traffic stop, Mr. Courtney, except that the person who we stopped had no identification, had no license, had no registration. So what initially is a traffic stop becomes something else when there is no identification. I'm going to repeat myself. Other than the fact that you say his affect appeared to be agitated, he did not threaten you in any way. He didn't curse at you in any way. Is that right?
Oh, that's not correct, Your Honor.
Well, what did he say to you, sir? That's what I'm trying to get to,
The
Mr. Courtney.
intonation in his voice, he was very abusive in how he addressed me.
Tell me, sir, what he said.
I don't recall the exact words, Your Honor, but just the manner in which he conducted himself.
May I
He didn't
s-
comport himself properly.
All right. May I see the report that was filed, please?
This is a letter that he wrote to my department
I'd like
for
to see
Internal
that.
Affairs. That's the letter right there.
Your Honor, may I make a point, please?
Yes.
Some of the points he made in the letter, using the words...
Go ahead. Shh. Just a minute. Go ahead.
This incident occurred September 2nd. The Criminal Investigation Department conducted its investigation, wrote a letter back saying that they weren't going to pursue anything against the gentleman. Therefore, I assumed it was fait accompli, everything was over. I talked with my lawyer here in Beverly Hills. He said, pack it in, forget it. So I shredded everything.
Well, I have it here.
No, I appreciate that, but I wanted to peruse it prior to coming on the show.
Okay. Well, in the letter, Mr. Courtney, that you've written to the police department, you have accused the plaintiff of not only menacing affect, but of cursing at you on at least 3 occasions, something that one would necessarily remember if you remember his affect. I'm going to make a mark.
Your Honor, while you were
Just
looking
a
at...
second. Just a second, sir. Would you show this to the defendant, please?
Thank you.
Read the portions that I've checked.
I apologize. I don't have my glasses with me.
Is it strong
Are
enough
we in
for
the same
anybody?
age? We're in the same age range?
I'm younger than you are.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sheriff's Deputy Edwin Brock claims Donald Courtney filed a false complaint after a traffic stop. Donald claims Deputy Brock was verbally abusive.
Can you read with my glasses?
Yes, I can. Perfectly.
Now, I'll take them back. And the paper.
Thank you.
Without going into graphic detail, well, I best go into graphic detail because we have a record here. When I was signing the ticket in shrieking tones, according to you, he said, sign the ticket or you're going to court now. That I would remember. Then, you say, he said to you with his finger, you and your limousine. And then you say he said to you, when you said, please just give me the ticket. And at this point, he erupted and said, I've had enough from you. Those are things that I would remember if I were telling a story, Mr. Courtney. Mr. Brock, according to your complaint, sir, you made this stop. And the time you made the stop, you took out a recording device. Is that right?
Essentially, Your Honor, yes.
Not essentially. That's what you said here. You said, I got off my bike and turned on my tape recorder.
Yes, it's a device that I wear on my belt. It's not something that I have to remove from a stored place.
I understand that.
Okay.
And you take that off because it's protocol to turn on the tape recorder so that you can memorialize the stop. Is that right?
That's correct.
Where is it?
I have a copy of the tape right here.
I'd like to hear it.
Okay.
Bird.
It's difficult to hear, Your Honor, because of the background noise of traffic, but you absolutely will not hear foul language from either party on that tape.
What are you stopping me for? What's the speed limit? What's the speed limit? 35? 35 where? I speeded Boulevard to Garden View. Are you serious? I'm very serious. Jesus Christ, I lived here for years. I never knew it. I thought it was 50. Are you serious? From where? Where is it 35? From where to where? Encinitas Boulevard to Garden View Road. Okay, which is Garden View? Just past. Oh. Are you serious? No, that street's been there for 35 years. No, I know, but I thought it was 50 the whole way down. Wow. I'll be damned. Well, let me start with your registration and insurance. How about that? I can't believe it. I'm flying to Zurich right now. I'm trying to get to the airport. How do you go to the airport without identification? Because I'm going home. The limo's picking me up. I see. There you go. Do you have your vehicle insurance with you? Nope. That's the only one you have? No, I have one. Okay. Bring the insurance report with you. You're not admitted guilty to the charge of being cited here for the speed violation. You have to appear in court for the charge if you're not admitted guilty to anything. Okay, your court date for November 13th, 8 o'clock. Okay? You said I'm not admitted guilty. Well, it's a constitutional right, though. Even if you agree to... What are you charging me for? Speed violation, or proof of insurance in the vehicle. Well, what is the speed violation? What do you mean, what is the speed? Well, what was I doing? Well, you're over speed limit. 48 miles an hour and 35. you a question. When should I start writing tickets? Well, let me say something. No, don't say anything else. Why not? I can say whatever I'd like. You sure can. Yeah. Why you sign the ticket, though? You're going to sign the ticket and not delay me any longer. The ticket asked you nicely, and I did ask you nicely. Don't be silly. No, there's no more we have to do. I'm standing out here. I don't care who you are. Well, I did the last time. Let me tell you what happened the last time. I don't care what happened to the last officer. I'm hanging out here with these cars going 45 miles an hour. Now, I want you to sign the ticket so I can terminate. You want to terminate the contract by signing the ticket here. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. You're arguing? I'm trying to talk to you. I don't want to do it anymore. You know why? You're going downhill. You're getting the ticket. For what? You're getting the ticket whether you like it or not. I don't mind. Okay, I would like you to sign so I can go. Relax. You can voice your opinion in court. If you sign the ticket and you can relax on your trip to Switzerland or wherever else, you want to go sign in front of a magistrate, you can sign it. If not, you sign it right there. They can get taped later on. Right here on the side of the road is not the place to have debate with cars going behind me at 40 and 50 miles an hour. I'll tell you, this is not the end of it. Respect, you know what? Not the end of it. You won't be the first one. Oh, no, you don't know what happened last time I took an officer's report. Here's your copy. Hang on, don't go. I need your things, your thumbprint here, since you don't have any driver's license. Would you put your right thumb on the pad right here, please, and just lightly touch the box? That's it. Good day. I got a problem. Drive safely.
You're way out of line, Mr. Courtney. Way out of line. Didn't you know he had a tape recorder going?
Yes, I did.
Well, if you knew he had a tape recorder going, sir, and I've just listened to the entire conversation that the two of you had, there is nothing that he did to you that was untoward that day.
Respectfully, you weren't there. You
I don't care whether I was there or not. I heard you.
I was there. I saw his facial remarks, his hand on the gun, and furthermore, I have a witness here with me today who will testify that he physically assaulted her in a court hallway 3 months later.
Do you want to know something? I am not interested in your witness because that case, if it's a case at all, has absolutely nothing to do with this.
Yes, it does.
Because
we appeared in court on that
wrote
day.
this letter in which you allege, in this letter, which went to Internal Affairs, that he on no less than 3 occasions cursed you. He did not. That was clearly a lie. Now, maybe its intention was to get somebody's attention, but it was a lie because I've just listened to this entire conversation.
Your Honor, the validity of the authenticity of that tape has not been proven.
To my satisfaction, Mr. Courtney.
Not to mine and not in a court of law.
Sir, you've subjected yourself to this jurisdiction. This isn't the first case that I've heard, Mr. Courtney. And this isn't the first tape that I've listened to.
Your Honor,
and
I
I'm
asked
telling
for
you
that information. It was not provided.
And I'm telling you that the only one who was giving a hard time that day was you. As a matter of fact, there is some indication on this tape that you threatened him. You said to him something about the last cop who gave me a ticket. And he replied very quietly, I don't care about the last cop that gave you the ticket. Please just sign this ticket. And he didn't threaten to take you to magistrate's court, sir. He only said to you, you can either sign the ticket here, sir, or you can sign it in magistrate's court. Why don't you please sign it here? Then you can be on your way.
But I did sign it.
Mr. Courtney, you were vindictive. The complaint that you made against him was totally without merit based upon that tape, which is what cleared him. Very smart of the police department to have you carry around these tapes, guys. I want to tell you something. It should have been done a long time ago. Now, I don't believe that Mr. Courtney knew that you had that tape, because if he did, I doubt very much whether he would have consented to appear here today. He did. You're suing him for $5,000. I take judicial notice of the fact that a complaint to Internal Affairs remains on your record, even if there is a finding at the end of an inquiry that there was no basis for the complaint. It does remain on your record. I am granting you your complaint in the amount of $5,000. This case is over.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
46-year-old Carl Blackman and his wife, Lori Jin Blackman, are suing former friend, 35-year-old salesman Chris Miller, and his friend, 26-year-old Mark Vaughn. The Blackmans claim they loaned Chris money to bring his girlfriend from the Philippines to the United States.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 227 on the calendar in the matter of Blackman versus Miller Vaughn. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Who is Mr. Miller?
I am.
Would you sit down, Mr. Vaughn, please? And is this your wife?
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you have a seat?
Thank you.
Mr. Blackman, this is an interesting case. I don't think I've ever tried one like this before. You knew the defendant.
I met him first time at our wedding, actually. He was a friend of a guest.
And according to your complaint, there came a time when you and the defendant arranged to have a young woman from the Philippines, who was, I believe, a cousin of your wife's,
Distant cousin, yes.
come to New York for the purposes of marrying him.
Yes, ma'am.
She came to the United States.
Yes, ma'am.
He didn't marry her.
No, ma'am, he did not.
And you want him to pay for all of the expenses that you incurred, which you say that he had agreed to pay. In addition, at some point, a check was given to you for $1,500, and then payment was stopped on that check, but that check was written by Mr. Vaughn at the defendant's request. So that's why he is a co-defendant. But he's really a nominal co-defendant. Okay, so when was your wedding and when did you meet the defendant?
In February of '99, the defendant was at our wedding. A few days later, he came to a Valentine's dance party, and that's where I spoke to him about our site, FilipinoGirlsTours.com. I said,
No. Speak slowly, because we're missing it. You had a website?
Yes, ma'am, a small business. I met my wife through Pen Pal Club, and when she came over, she goes, I have many friends that would like to come too, so we put up a free Pen Pal site where people could get free addresses and phone numbers, stuff like that, and correspond. I don't know if he first saw that site, or I really don't know, but he came to our wedding, and then at the party he was there. And I said, well, you know, we do have a cousin of hers that's real cute on our site. Would you like to meet her? And he says, well, I'd be interested. So I gave him the contact information, the address, the phone number. She did not have email at the time. And from there, it progressed. They got to know each other well.
They got to know each other via mail?
Mail and phone, yes.
And
many,
phone.
Many phone calls. Okay. And he went over there on his own.
He went to the Philippines?
Yes.
And visited. That is correct. Mm-hmm. When did you go to the Philippines, sir?
It was April or May. I don't remember exactly what the date was.
Of 1999?
Yes.
Okay. And you went and you met this young lady?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Yes, when he returned, he relayed to me how happy he was, how he would treat her so nicely, that he really loved her. And he was very frustrated that they were never left alone this whole time. And in the Philippines, most girls are very chaperoned. This particular woman had never dated really in her life. Very, very sheltered. And I helped him with his paperwork to bring her over because we had just started our site and I wanted to get more experience in the fiancé visa part and what have you, so I did all his paperwork for him.
What's a fiancé visa?
In order to bring a girlfriend, fiancé, to the United States from another country, you must file paperwork with our government saying that you met her, prove that you met her, and that it's a legitimate relationship and you want to marry her. And you bring her over, you do all this paperwork.
Do you have a copy of that application?
I do not have a copy of his, per se.
I need a copy of his.
I do not. I have the form, but I have all the financial responsibility forms that he signed.
Can I see that, please?
Yes, ma'am. Saying that he would be responsible for her as long as she was here. Okay. I've highlighted the...
Okay, and you signed this financial affidavit, sir, on the 31st of August, 1999. Is that right?
I'd have to see it.
Sure.
Yes.
Good. So you signed a financial affidavit in August of 1999 agreeing to be financially responsible for this young lady when she came to this country.
Right. It said that I would be responsible so that she wouldn't be a burden upon our state.
That's correct, but that's only one of the affidavits that you signed. That's why I read the second one very carefully, which is, the first one says that you agree that she will never become a public charge while she's here. But the second affidavit that you signed, sir, says that a plaintiff may seek specific performance of my support obligation, and you acknowledge that any federal, state, local, or private agency that pays any means-tested public benefit or benefit on behalf of the sponsored immigrants has standing to sue you to meet my financial obligations. Okay, I got it. Now, When did the young lady come here?
She arrived on Friday, the 28th or 29th of January, I believe. The wife and I actually picked her up at the airport because the defendant said he could not get off work to pick her up. So we drove to Atlanta from Asheville, a considerable distance, picked her up, brought her that evening, left him at his apartment, where I even helped him move to. That night, they were alone. It was Super Bowl weekend. That Sunday, they came over. The girl was very, very upset with herself, what have you. Mr. Miller had talked her into giving up something very precious to her, which was her virginity, which is something these girls really hold proper to them. Because he had spent so much money to bring her here and so much effort, she figured, well, he's going to marry me, it's okay. The way things worked out, she found out she did not know we had loaned him the money to bring her here because that wasn't...
Now tell me about that loan.
Mr. Miller was in the process of moving, and I had gotten to know him a little bit, doing his paperwork for him and what have you, and he seemed to be a very nice fellow. So I helped him move, brought his washing machines over to my house to store because he didn't have a place to put them, things like that. After he moved, we picked up the girl, brought her to his house and what have you.
Tell me about the money.
Oh, the money. During this move, he's saying he had put deposits down for this, for the phone, for the apartment and everything, and he was very low on money. And I figured the girl's a cousin of my wife, so I said, would you like to have a loan to bring her here? I could loan you the money for the plane ticket as long as it did not take too long to pay me back. And he said, oh, I could pay you back in 90 days, no problem. I just started a new job.
How much was the ticket?
The ticket itself was, I don't know, he sent the money to her. I gave him $675 cash.
Is that correct? That he gave you $675 in cash?
No.
He never gave you any money?
No.
He's lying, Your Honor.
Okay, so that's in dispute. $675 in cash you gave him.
Yes, ma'am. And I even asked my wife if I could take it out of our savings account. She's a joint member of that account, and she said yes, because it was for her cousin. That'd be fine.
Okay. Go ahead.
I had loaned him the money. I picked him up the day before she was to arrive. He called me and said, I can't get off work. Could you please pick her up? I said, sure, I'd be glad to. We went down, picked her up, brought her to the apartment that weekend.
Okay, then you told me about the problem.
Right.
When she came to your house. All right.
Right.
Did he ever tell you that this wasn't going to work out?
The first indication I had of any problem was that Thursday, he did not show up one night. He kept on showing up later each night, coming home, and on Wednesday night he didn't show up at all. Thursday morning the girl called me, I picked her up, brought her home. That Thursday evening, he called me, he didn't have keys to get into the apartment. He said, oh, I had to spend all night in the hospital with my son last night, and he gave me this story. His son was real sick, and he stayed there, and so I met him at the apartment and told him how badly she was hurt. And he says, well, I love her, this is not going to happen. You know, let me get cleaned up, I'll come over. That was the last I saw him in person until our criminal court trial came up. He called me the next day and said...
What criminal court trial?
For the $1,500 check.
Oh, okay.
It was dismissed due to, it was a post-dated check.
Okay.
North Carolina laws.
When for the first time, I asked you, did he tell you that this was not going to work out?
He called me on the phone that week, I believe it was that Thursday evening, and said, I'm not going to marry her. And I said, well, why? And he says, well, that's personal, I'm not going to tell you. I've got to go out of town this following weekend. When I get back, I'll get with you. And he never did call back. Mr. Vaughn called me and said that he had a check that he had written to cover her expenses for her plane ticket, my loan, a small amount of living expenses until she went home. And I was to pick the check up at the apartment. Well, we didn't have a key. We couldn't get in.
Well, you must have said something to him about money. You owe me some money. You owe me the money that I gave you, $675,
Actually,
and the return, and the return flight as well.
Right. It was actually him that volunteered the money at first to pay for her plane ticket home, because he knows this is a responsibility that he signed, that he is responsible for this woman, and if they do not get married after 90 days, he has to return her. It's an agreement he's made with the U.S. government.
Okay.
So he was aware of his obligation.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Carl and Lori Jen Blackman say former friend Chris Miller borrowed money to fly in his girlfriend from the Philippines. Chris says there was no agreement to pay the money back.
When did she go back to the Philippines?
It wasn't until September.
Why not?
Because, well, she was so ashamed of herself, and in the Philippines, and I do have evidence from doctors that treat women in the Philippines.
I'm not interested in that because it's really not germane. She's not here. She was, for emotional reasons, she didn't go back.
Right, and plus the check bounced. We could not get it to cover. 5 times I took it, it would not. Each time I took it to the bank itself, they said, I'm sorry, there's not enough funds, and then I ran it through my bank to have it stamped.
But that was $1,500, and that would have covered her return flight to the Philippines.
And my loan of...
And your loan to him.
Yes, ma'am, and a small amount of living expenses for a week or two.
So the whole thing was $1,500. So how did $1,500 become $5,000 that you're suing him for?
Well, we never could cash the check. It was never any good. So she stayed with us. She was real ashamed and didn't want to return home, and she did not have the money to return home because the check was canceled. And I had told Mr. Vaughn about a week after the check, when I first tried to cash it, I said, why isn't there any money there? And he said, well, my wife wrote a check. It'll be good in a couple days. And I said, well, yeah, I think Cheryl may be staying a while anyways because she's very afraid about going home.
Okay, I got it. So the rest of this money, $3,500, is for her living expenses.
Basically, and attorney's fees, and we had to buy her clothes. She had no clothing other than summer clothing, and this was middle of winter, so we had to buy her clothing.
Well, she should have gone home immediately.
With what money?
With the money that you would have lent her and then sued them for the $1,500 and it would have been over with.
I don't have thousands of dollars in the bank.
This isn't fair. We're not talking thousands. We're talking about a return airplane ticket.
But it was Mr. Miller's responsibility to return her.
How much was the return air ticket?
When I returned her, it was $640, and it was during the low time of year. In January, it's a high travel time. It could be as much as $1,000 or more.
All right, Mr. Miller, let's hear it.
Well, went over there, met her, did all the paperwork and everything to bring her over here.
Paperwork.
Then in December, when I talked to her, I told her, I said, I don't think it's going to work.
You mean December before she got here?
Right.
Why did you tell her that in December?
Well, I had met my wife. We had dated, I guess it was about 8 or 9 years ago. And we had met, and we started seeing each other. And that's when I told her, I told Cheryl, I said, it's just not going to work.
So you told the young lady that you didn't think it was going to work out. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. What happened next?
She came here. Carl picked her up at the airport.
Well, when you told her in December that it wasn't going to work out, she hadn't been here yet. Why didn't you cancel these papers?
I didn't know what, she was already in Manila. I didn't know what to do.
You mean she had traveled to Manila in order to come here?
Yeah, you have to go to Manila. You have to go to the embassy in order to come to the United States.
The interview
so she had already done the legwork there and was on her way here, and they had been using your papers to process her.
Right.
Okay. So you knew she was going to come?
Right.
In January.
Well, I told her not to come. She came anyway. Carl brought her to the apartment. I told her, I said, look, it's just not going to work out. I think it was like two or three nights I stayed there, and I think that was it.
Why did you have
sex
with
her? Shh, don't speak. Mr. Miller, when she stayed at your apartment for 2 or 3 nights, did you share a room together?
Yes.
Why?
Because there's only bed. I didn't have a couch or anything. I just moved.
So you shared a bed together?
Yes.
While he was living with the other girl.
Shh. Mr. Blackman, he
Sorry.
was very quiet. You have to be very quiet.
Yes, ma'am.
What arrangements did you make to get her a return ticket to go home?
When me and her had split up, or she had left, went to Carl's house.
That was just a few days later.
Right. Carl had went around telling everybody he was going to have me for abandonment, had me put in prison, $12,000 fine.
Prove it.
Don't know.
Mr.
Don't
Blackman,
know if he can
this
or
is
not.
the last time I say that to you, sir. The next time I dismiss your case. Do you understand? I control it here.
Yes, ma'am.
It goes in an order. You, then him. Then if I have any questions. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you used to controlling things?
Not really.
Uh-huh. Does your husband like to control things?
No. She wears the pants.
What?
She wears the pants.
I somehow doubt that. Go ahead.
So once I heard what he was trying to do, I didn't know what to do, so I called my congressman. They put me in touch with liaisons. I told her what was going on. I said, I need to stop the fiancé visa. She said, okay. Well, I talked to Carl. He said, look, you pay $1,500. It'll all be said and done. It'll be over with. I said, okay, fine, it'll be done. I'd closed out my account. Mark Vaughn, he was a good friend of mine. I said, you mind writing a check? I said, here's the money. He said, no problem. Gave him $1,500. Well, Carl Blackman, in the meantime, had called and told her he was going to sue me, that I was going to prison, that on the documentation it says that I am liable for everything. Well, told him no, he's not. He offered to give you the money to send her back. You told him no. You've told me no, that you're not going to send her back, and there's nothing you can do to him. So then that's when he tried to go to court, get us on a criminal offense, and then we're here.
So that you stopped payment on the check that you had given him?
Yes.
That's what happened?
Yes.
But you understand that you owe him this money?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, you do. And for no other reason, Mr. Miller, then because of your actions, this young lady traveled from the Philippines to the United States. Now, you may have told her a week or two before she got on that plane while she had traveled to Manila, according to you, to begin this process, that it wasn't going to work out. And if it wasn't going to work out, then what you do when Mr. Blackman brings her to your home is put her in the car and you say, I'm bringing you back to Mr. Blackman's house. I told you this wasn't going to work out. You don't take her to your bed for a few nights and then return her. Bad sportsmanship, not moral conduct. You don't do a test run with somebody that you know is not going to be a permanent part of your life, especially under the circumstances where you met her in the Philippines, which was on her turf. According to what the plaintiff tells me, which I believe, one of the frustrations that you had is that you were not alone very much because of her strict upbringing in her family. So she comes to a strange place, she comes to a strange home, she comes to a person that she's known for, what, a week or two? Is that all you knew her? I mean, other than the mail and the telephone calls.
I was over there about four or 5 days.
So it was less than a week.
Mm-hmm.
And she's vulnerable because she's here, she doesn't know anybody. I don't know how her English is, but she's certainly very vulnerable, and you took advantage of that. Bad show. And I can understand when Mr. Blackman says that there was an embarrassment that she had in going home right away, and she had to emotionally prepare herself to go home because she was going home different from the way she came. How old was she?
25.
And how old are you?
I just turned 35.
And you have a child.
Yes.
I see that from here. Were you married before?
Yes.
Once before?
Twice.
So you've been around the flagpole a couple of times,
I
as
guess you could
opposed
say
to this
that.
young lady.
I don't know if she had or hadn't. I would say not.
The only other expense that I haven't addressed is your attorney's fees. Now, you said you had attorney's fees.
Yes, we tried to change her visa so she could stay here without going home.
That's not his problem.
Yes.
That's your problem. That's her cousin. If you tried to change her visa,
Yes, ma'am.
then you're doing that out of the goodness of your heart. That has nothing to do with his relationship with you.
Yes, ma'am.
I certainly believe that you are entitled to be reimbursed for certain of your expenses.
Yes, ma'am.
And certainly for the $1,500 plus your airfare, I believe that you did provide airfare both ways for this young lady. And I believe that she probably needed a period of adjustment before she went back.
Yes, ma'am.
Not she came one week, she goes back the next. Kind of embarrassing. But I would say, Mr. Blackman, that she's not here. I cannot inquire of her. But I would say a month or so should have been sufficient time for her to get over this and to go home.
Mm-hmm.
Did she stay with you the entire time?
Yes, ma'am, she did.
Okay. So on your claim, Mr. Blackman, I'm awarding you $2,500.
Thank you.
The $1,500 that he was supposed to have given you, plus $1,000 a month for the month that I believe would have been sufficient time for her to prepare herself to go home. So on your claim, sir, I am awarding you $2,500.
Thank you.
Didn't do the right thing, sir. That's all.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Thompson versus Frost. Step forward, please.
Tracy and Steve Thompson are suing Tracy's son, 22-year-old Terry Frost, for a loan to buy a motorcycle, bail money, and impound fees.
Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, this young man is your son?
Correct, my son.
Your stepson?
Yes, ma'am.
I gather you feel he's been a little bit irresponsible.
A lot, yes.
You co-signed for a motorcycle for him a couple of years ago.
Correct.
He stopped making payments on the motorcycle.
Correct.
You took it into your custody. You have the motorcycle.
Correct. It was going to be repoed.
So you made all the payments on it so far?
Correct. When the bank called in regards to being repoed, our credit would be, you know, in bad
jeopardy?
order. Exactly. And so I asked TJ, you know, why aren't you making payments? So then he said at tax time he'd be able to make up what I've already paid and take over payments at that time.
But he didn't?
Correct.
Oh, so now you took a motorcycle back over a year ago?
04, correct. It's been sitting in my backyard.
Okay. Who has the title to it?
I actually got the title. I got it last month, and it's actually in his
Great.
name.
Great.
I have pictures of the bike, too, if you'd like to see it.
I assume you've kept it in good condition?
No, he actually didn't. He laid it down, and then it's like all dismantled, and apparently he blew out second gear I don't know all damages to it, but...
Okay. Have him sign this over to them, please.
Your Honor, I really don't want the bike.
Then you shouldn't have signed for him. You shouldn't have taken it back over a year ago. When you took it back over a year ago, madam, what you should have done is gotten it, sued him, and come to court immediately. You know, now what you have to do is you have to sell it, and if there is any shortfall between that and what you owe on the bike, you may be able to sue him again. But right now, you have to take the bike and you have to sell it. Now let's talk about the bail. You bailed him out again over a year ago.
Yes.
Tell me how that came about.
He called one night. He had gotten a DUI, and I went down the next morning and bailed him out of jail.
When was that?
Late of 03.
In 2003?
Yes.
So 2 years ago.
Yes.
When did you co-sign for this bike?
In 2002.
And what was he driving in when he had a DUI?
Another car of his.
Did you call them?
Yes.
Did you tell them you were going to pay him back for the bail?
I just asked them to bail me out of jail.
And they did?
Yeah.
Were you working?
No.
How'd you expect them to pay you back?
Whenever he got a job.
There are loans, and then there are what we call great expectations. I would assume that when he called you and said, I'm in jail, come and get me out, you said, I'll be right down. Right?
Not quite, but
What did you say to him?
I reluctantly went down.
Right. Because you love her.
No, actually, I was not going to bail him out because that was
Oh,
his
that would have
second
been very
time
smart.
out.
I wouldn't have bailed him out.
Well, and then he
Maybe-
felt sorry for him.
And this
then
was in
he bailed him out.
2003. How old are your children?
2 and 8 months.
Oh, at least he might not have had one. He makes a lot of bad choices.
Correct.
Isn't that right, sir?
I guess, yeah.
What do you mean you guess? How old are you?
22.
You're 22 and you have 2 children.
Yep.
And how old is the mother of these children?
21.
And where does she live?
With her mom.
And where do you live?
With my aunt.
That sounds like a wonderful family. Now, you hesitated for a moment, Mr. Frost, when I said you've made some bad choices. Let me explain to you what you've done. In your short period of time, you've probably screwed up their credit. Are they rich people?
No.
Well, you stuck them with a motorcycle loan, right?
Right.
You stuck them with your bail, right?
Right.
You stuck perfect strangers with taking care of 2 babies. That's your girlfriend's parents that she's living with.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I guarantee you at their stage in life, they didn't anticipate taking care of 2 infants. Because not only did you make 1 mistake, but you couldn't keep your thing in your pants long enough not to make 2 mistakes. And you say to me, you have a question as to whether or not you made mistakes?
Yeah.
You have a question?
No.
So you could have avoided the whole thing by saying, you know, I was a dumb kid.
Okay.
Dumb kids make dumb kid mistakes. They don't make babies.
Right.
Not 2. Who do you work for now? That's not a question that requires a lot of thought. You have 2 babies.
For Thompson Tile Maintenance.
You work full-time or part-time?
Part-time, and I go to school full-time.
Where do you go to school full-time?
Davenport University.
What kind of school?
I'm going for medical.
You want to be a doctor?
Not a doctor. A nurse.
Do you see your grandchildren?
I do now. There was a period that with this loan, I didn't see him for about 7 months or something like that. And then he had his second baby, and I ended up going to the hospital and seeing the baby. And, you know, he has since told me, you know, him and his fiance are paying off her parents some money. And I think he owes me this money for this bike because I don't want this bike. I want him to pay me for this bike because I didn't want the bike
I think that morally he should do that.
Yes.
I just told you the legal result of what's going to happen here today.
Right.
If your son chooses to take the moral high road, that's up to him. You paying the maternal grandparents of your children some money?
I'm not. My fiance is.
For what?
I don't know, whatever they loaned her.
What do you spend your money on?
He
Baby
gives it to
stuff.
her.
Well, that's good.
Right. No, I agree.
That's
She's
good.
a
That's
blessing.
fine.
She's a blessing.
That's fine. Somebody's got to
Exactly.
support these
Exactly.
babies.
She's a blessing. She keeps things straight.
So you give her money?
Yeah.
How much?
My whole check.
And what do you give to your aunt?
Nothing.
Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, put a lock on your checkbook.
Right.
Yes,
Done
ma'am.
did.
Good. Goodbye.
Motivational speaker Carolyn Boone is suing her former lover, Pepe Hibbert, for money loaned and storage fees. Carolyn says Pepe conned her.
That's case number 181 on the calendar, the matter of Boone versus Hibbert. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Ms. Boone, you claim that Mr. Hibbert owes you for a series of loans that you made to him in order to help him relocate to another city. In addition, he stored his car or truck or SUV in your home, and you want him to pay storage fees for that. Okay. So you met, and at some point, he asked you out. You went out for dinner, you went out for a movie, you went out for a drink, you went out for something, or did he just initially ask you for money?
No, it was a 3-day period, kind of a whirlwind romance, if you would. The way he got to my house was by telling me that he was interested in buying one of my cars that I had for sale, that he wanted to come see it. He also said he was a licensed mechanic and could check out this car I was test driving. He tried to get me to go out with him that night.
You're talking too fast.
Okay.
I'm not interested in the social aspect, madam.
Right.
I'm interested. You met him on January 6th. When for the first time did he ask you for money?
3 days later, he informed me that the next day he would be moving to the state of Georgia to go to seminary. He said he needed money to get to seminary, that it was a big move, it was a long way away. I asked him how much. He said $2,000 or $3,000. So I told him that I would be able to loan him too. Normally, I don't walk around with that kind of cash, but I had just cashed a check from a sale of a business that my family owned.
Had you told him about that?
I had showed him a cashier's check for $17,500 from me to me.
Oh, Miss Boone,
I know.
what a mistake.
Yeah, I learned you don't do that.
How much money did you give him?
I gave him $2,000 in cash that day. The next day he said he...
Your Honor, the fact of the matter is...
Don't tell me what the fact, just tell me about the $2,000.
Miss Boone wanted to get into a relationship with me from day one.
Good. Let's start day one, January 9th. You took $2,000 from her, is that correct?
She gave me the money as a down payment on my vehicle.
Down? No. Oh, shh, shh, shh. Just a second. Just a second. Just a second. She gave you $2,000 as a down payment on the car.
Yes, Your Honor.
How? Don't say anything, Miss Boone. How much was the total price of the car?
I told her that I was selling the car for $6,500.
I'm going to ask you questions, so you're going to have to be really quick with your answers.
No problem.
Mr. Hibbert,
No
I want to say
problem,
something.
Your
You think you're smart? Between him and me? Between him and me? You're a kindergartner. I want you to trust me on that. And you don't want to appear foolish here, do you, Mr. Hibbert?
No, Your Honor.
Now, what kind of car was it that you were going to sell her for $6,500?
A 1994 black BMW 325 IS, Your Honor.
Salad-free bill.
Shh! Now, so she gave you $2,000 down payment.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did she ever purchase the car?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, Your Honor.
So you never gave her title to the car?
I let her hold the title in good faith. I did not sign the back, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have the title back?
She didn't want to give it to me back, Your Honor.
Do you have the car?
No, Your Honor.
Where's the car?
I sold it, Your Honor.
How much did you sell the car for and to whom?
$5,000, Your Honor.
To whom?
To,
You're making it up as you're going along, Mr. Hibbert.
No, Your Honor, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's to an individual in Atlanta, Georgia that I sold the vehicle to.
Name?
Her name is,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know
He
her.
doesn't get it.
I don't know her.
Right,
You told him.
Right, I told him.
You told him.
I told him. Who are you ministering to, Mr. Hibbert? I want to know who you're ministering to, sir.
Who am I ministering to?
Yes, you're a minister, aren't you?
Yes, Your Honor.
I want to know who you're ministering to.
Currently, no one, Your Honor.
That's a very good thing, Mr. Hibbert. That's very, very good. Because the truth will set you free, Mr. Hibbert.
Amen. Yes,
Why didn't you give her back her $2,000?
I called her up and told her I would give her $2,000 back.
Oh, here we go. Good.
She said, I don't owe her $2,000, I owe her $4,300. And she maliciously went to the church that's endorsing me.
I don't care whether she went to a church or not.
And they pulled my endorsement, and that's the reason why I called her.
Oh, just a minute. You mean she went to your church and said he's got my $2,000?
No,
and
that's not all she said, Your Honor. She said that I did sexual misconduct to her. She said that I took her $4,300 from her, and she said that I trespassed on her property.
You're not supposed to take advantage of people, Mr. Hibbert, if you want to be a minister.
I'm not taking advantage of anyone.
Because in January, you should have sent her back her $2,000. In February, you should have sent her back her $2,000. You took her $2,000. Isn't that right?
I loaned him more than that, and it wasn't
Just a
for
second.
payment.
Listen, did you hear what I said to him?
Yes.
About giving me an upfront?
Yes.
All right. Did you have a discussion with him about buying his BMW?
No, I've always driven hand-me-down Cadillacs that my father would give. I'm a Cadillac person. And I have a 2002 Cadillac that I'm buying right now. Okay. I loaned it to him to move to seminary.
Whether it was a loan or whether it was a down payment on a car that he never came through with, he owes you the $2,000, right?
Your Honor, when you go to a car dealership and you put a down payment on a vehicle and you do not continue to make payments, what happens, Your Honor?
You took the car.
They come and take the car from
No,
you, and
took
you out
the
of your
car.
money.
You took the car
Yes,
to Georgia.
Your Honor, I did, and she knew this up front. She knew that that's what I was doing.
He doesn't owe you anything for storing his car in your carport.
Okay, he said he was going to get it in 1 week. He came back 4 months later to get it.
What I'm telling you is, you could have gotten a tow truck to tow it out, send him a letter, say, if you don't get it out of here in 5 days, I'm getting rid of it. But that kind of favor does not turn into a contract just because you don't want the car. You don't want the car, they call the garbage man, let him take the car. You don't get storage fees. Do you understand?
I understand what
you're
saying.
Very good. Now, tell me what happened, sir, about this business where you were arrested for trespass.
Once I found out that she went to the church and told the pastor these felonious stories, I then went to North Carolina to get my truck. Now, once I was at the mechanic waiting for my vehicle, the police roll up and arrest me and take me to jail, saying that they have...
Can I see a copy of the complaint?
Yes,
Don't
Your
raise
Honor.
your hand, Miss Boone.
Right here, there's the arrest, warrant for arrest, and here's the court where they dismissed, gave me a not guilty charge on that, Your Honor.
That's not what it was about.
Okay. Date of the offense, it says here, was February 6th, 2005. What happened on February 6th, madam?
We had a big argument. I was telling him to leave. He would not leave. The only way I finally got him out was to say, okay, I'm leaving. We're both going to walk out. And we did.
I'm not getting the trespass, madam.
Okay. They informed me that the magistrate...
Don't tell me what the magistrate...
Okay.
I'm asking you, what conduct of Mr. Hibbert's did you complain about to the police?
He was blocking my door, and it was pretty scary at the moment. It was making me anxious.
And then, listen to me, subsequently, the same night, you got back together again.
Yes.
Was there any other conduct by Mr. Hibbert after that, where you told him to leave, he was blocking the door, and he didn't leave, that you reported to the police by way of the trespass?
No.
That was it?
Yes.
And when did you report that to the police?
The day that I filed the monetary charges, he was already in custody. And that day, it was May 27th, I think.
Right.
Okay.
It was May 27th. So what you're telling me is you had this argument on February 6th, wherein you fought with him because he didn't come back. He was supposed to come back, and he blocked the door, and that was a trespass because you were told him to leave. You ultimately both left together, and then later that night you reconnected and got together.
Yes.
You didn't report that to the police February 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, the month of February.
Right.
Month of March, you didn't report it to the police. March, April, May, you didn't report it to, you reported to the police 4 months later. That's what you're telling me?
Yes.
You just lost your $2,000.
Well,
you just lost your $2,000, Miss Boone. I'm going to tell you why. Not because I think he deserves a break, but because when people abuse the justice system, I'm not talking about civil court. Civil court, you take him to. Civil court, he owes you $2,000. You take him to civil court. But when you bring out a detective to take a statement, you took the time of at least one policeman, you took the time of a magistrate, you took the time of a court, you took the time of court officers, clerks to draw up your papers. You took all that time because you felt as if he didn't do the right thing by you. And you were going to get him good.
No.
You weren't just going to get him for the $2,000. You were going to get him good because that's not a trespass, madam.
The magistrate advised me to do it, and it was...
Listen to me. That's baloney. That's baloney. I don't believe it. It's hearsay. What you did was vindictive, and I don't care if what you do is vindictive. I mean, you know, vindictive conduct, as far as I'm concerned, is somebody who really is an amoral person parading around as a preacher. That you can be as vindictive as you like, but when you abuse the justice system, that's something that I won't tolerate.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
she told me, too bad, I've talked to an attorney and you're not getting any more than that.
She told me she wanted to take her dog to the vet weekly for the next 6 months, and she wanted me to pay for that.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Carolyn Boone says, former lover, Peppy Hibbert, owes for a loan and storage fees. Peppy is countersuing, claiming Carolyn had him falsely arrested for trespassing.
You weren't scared, madam, of him, frightened of what he was going to do between February 6th, when he locked the door, and later that evening when you got back together. Now, when you say you got back together and reconnected, do you want to tell me what that means, Mr. Hibbert? Does that mean that you went out for dinner together? Does that mean you had a drink together? Does that mean that you were intimate together? What does that mean?
I've never been intimate with this lady.
Okay. What does it mean when you said to me you got back together?
We got a hotel room and stayed there.
Yeah, all right.
Okay,
So what you're telling me is after you got a hotel room together, you decided to tell somebody in the justice system that he trespassed on your property on February 6th.
To her.
All right. Well, I'm not interested in it. You just lost your $2,000. Sir, and you just paid her $2,000 on your counterclaim. Do you understand? That means you get exactly what each of you deserve. Nothing. Goodbye. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's reaching for straws to try to get out of paying me the $4,300 that I loaned him.
I continually told her I wasn't interested in having a relationship with her.
He's trying to get me back. He's saying I ruined his career.
And then when she saw that I was standing strong to not wanting a relationship with her.
But it'll be brought to light, not here in this forum, but ultimately it will be brought to light.
She then decided, okay, let me maliciously try to ruin this man.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Crowther versus Moore. Step forward.
Shelby Crowther is suing her neighbor, 24-year-old Cody Moore, for vet bills. Shelby says Cody's 6-year-old son, Caden, threw her dog in the air and broke his leg.
According to your complaint, Miss Moore's little boy, the 6-year-old, was in your backyard where your dog was playing. He was invited over by your son, who is a couple of years older. How old are you?
8.
Stand up next to your mother. I have a few questions for you. Tell me your name.
My name's Cody.
Cody, do you know this little boy's name?
No.
What's your name?
Caden Moore. He does know my name.
Caden Moore.
Yeah, when we were at daycare.
Caden.
Order.
Okay. Is he your neighbor?
Yes.
Remember that day when your dog got injured?
Say yes.
You remember? You have to answer my questions. Were you playing in the backyard?
Yes.
Did you invite him to come over in your backyard?
No.
Did you offer him a lollipop?
Yes, but I put it through the fence.
Did you offer him a lollipop?
Yes.
And did he take the lollipop?
Yes.
Did he come around in your backyard?
No.
He was never in your backyard?
Yes, but...
How did he get there?
Climbed the fence.
And what happened when he got there?
We started playing for a little, then he picked him up and threw him up in the air and broke his leg.
What did you say to him when he did that?
Nothing.
What did you do?
I picked up Gizmo.
And where did he go?
My mom told him to go back home.
And he did. And you took your dog Gizmo to the doctor?
Correct.
And he had a broken leg?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And you want Miss Moore to pay for the vet bills?
Correct.
I'm listening.
I did not become aware of the situation until she had come over to my house to let me know what was going on. I talked to my son, and he said that her son told him that if he'd climb the fence, that he would give him a sucker and they could play.
So he's over in the backyard?
Mm-hmm. And my son did say that he picked up the dog, that her son asked him to put the dog down, and my son did that. However, he did not throw her dog at all.
Well, how do you think the leg got broken?
I believe that he did drop her dog. A dog that weighs 4 pounds has a leg like a toothpick, so I'm sure it did break. That's,
okay.
I believe that.
So either way, whether he dropped him or threw him.
I offered to pay the bills. I gave her my cell phone number. I asked her to please call me when the dog was done so that I knew what was going on. She's my new neighbor. I just moved in.
So what was the problem?
The problem started when she tried to press criminal charges on my child.
No, what
That's actually
happened?
in the police report that I have with me. She had told the police a completely fabricated story. The police
Well,
came...
what did you do after the dog? You took the dog to the vet?
After I picked the dog up, went in the house, and immediately went over to her house. My husband held the dog for me. I went over to her house and explained to her what had happened. She told me that's not possible. Her son was in his bedroom unpacking.
No,
I said that is not true. He was just in my backyard, and I told him to go home.
Okay, well, maybe she didn't know that.
We went into the backyard. He wasn't in there, so he was in the garage. And she asked him, and he said yes, he did pick the dog up and drop the dog.
Okay.
And I told her, I said, you're going to be responsible for these vet bills. I said, I don't have the money. She looked at me and said, well, I'm a single mom, so maybe it's best to put the dog to sleep and I will buy you a new one. I immediately looked at her and said, that's not how this works. This is my dog. I mean, he's my baby. We're not going to put him to sleep.
Did you go over there, Miss Crowther, angry?
No, I did not raise my voice at her.
You don't have to raise your voice.
I was upset. I was bawling.
Okay.
I was upset.
Okay. I mean, I can imagine that you were upset, and I can imagine that you were not calm when you spoke to her. You may not have been screaming at her. You may not have been cursing at her. I don't know. But I assume, based upon just the way you phrased it to me today, that you did not go over there in a neighborly-like way.
Right.
Well, that was wrong. This is not something that's done maliciously.
Right.
So then you should have taken it down a notch. Right?
Right.
You owe her an apology.
I'm sorry if I upset you.
You should have taken it down a notch. She didn't do anything.
Right. I didn't become enraged until she told me to put my
just
dog
a second.
to sleep.
Enraged is a relative term. If you went over there and you say, gee, that was just a real bad accident, I think that your little boy was responsible for my dog's broken leg. Right. You know, I'm going to take the dog to the vet. You know, we're going to be able to handle this. That's one way of putting it. Another way of putting it is to go over there with screaming mimis on, you know, because your dog is injured. I got it. But I think, at least with her, you overreacted. She said she'd pay the vet bill. What's the vet bill?
Well, the problem is...
She said she'd pay the vet bill. What's the vet bill?
$364.25.
That's a hefty bill for her to pay, but if she said she would pay it, it's her responsibility, and she's going to take care of it. Did you call the police?
Yes.
Why?
Because I was informed that I had to have a police case number in order to file a civil claim in court.
Well, I don't know who's giving you legal advice. Certainly not any reputable person I know. You don't need a police report in order to file a small claims case.
I don't understand if I said I would pay it, why she would have to file a small claims case.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
She was only going to pay the initial bill. She told me she would not pay to have the cast removed. She flat told me, I'm only going to pay the $299. And I says, what about the remaining costs? She told me, too bad, I've talked to an attorney and you're not getting any more than that.
Actually, she told me she wanted to take her dog to the vet weekly for the next 6 months, and she wanted me to pay for that.
The vet required that he come in every week to have the cast looked at so that it didn't get infected or anything happen.
The whole bill was $364.25. Judgment for the plaintiff, $364.25. When you have a new neighbor, you try to handle things reasonably. She seems like a nice lady. Now you're at odds with each other and you share a backyard. That's terrible. And you have two kids who would probably play very nicely together. You know, they're two nice little boys. See if you can go have a cup of coffee together. It would probably be a very good idea. You're going to live there for a long time?
Plan to.
All right, so you got off to a bad start. See if you can make it better.
Okay.
You'll be happier. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused.
Sarah Ali is suing nightclub owner Dan Dugan for medical bills and pain and suffering. Sarah claims she was punched in the face by one of Dan's bouncers.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 233 on the calendar in the matter of Ali versus Dugan. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Miss Ali, it is your claim that you and a boyfriend were at defendant's club and you were, without provocation, assaulted by an employee of his. And the defendant's position is that you were intoxicated and that any injuries that you sustained as a result of your own intoxication. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. When were you at his club?
On May 9th of this year.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
And what do you do?
I go to school and I do customer service.
What school do you go to?
OSU.
What is that?
Ohio State.
You a full-time student?
Part-time.
And you work part-time or full-time?
Part-time.
Who's your boyfriend? Is he here?
He's right there.
How old is he?
He's 22.
So you go to school also?
Yes.
Now, on the 9th of May, who were you at this club with?
I was with him.
Just
with
the
my
two of you?
boyfriend. Just two of us.
Had you been to this club before?
I've been there once before.
What time did you arrive there?
I arrived there about 11:40.
Where had you been before that evening?
Before that evening, I've been to the movies.
With your boyfriend?
Yes.
And from the movies, you went to the club?
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
Okay. At the time when we got there, we were just having fun, just around there. And then it got about 2 o'clock. It was time for everybody to go home. And we were about to leave, and then one of the security guards, he was going to open the back door for us to leave. And all of a sudden, I heard another security guard yelling behind us. He came and he said, "I know you two heard me calling you back there. Why are you ignoring me?" And my boyfriend nicely said that, "I'm sorry we didn't hear you, but we are leaving right now." And then he said, "No, you can't go because I know you were ignoring me, and you need to tell me why you were ignoring me. Then he grabbed my arm. And when he grabbed my arm, I yanked my arm off him and told him, please don't ever touch me again. And as soon as I said that, he must have got mad, and he grabbed both of us and just pushed us against the wall real hard.
Shh, don't say anything.
When he pushes against the wall real hard, like it hurt my back. And then all of a sudden it happened so fast that he hit me and I must have dropped because I don't remember exactly what happened. I heard noises, but I couldn't see. I remember my boyfriend grabbing me. When he grabbed me, we were pushed out from the back door. And then we heard all noises, and I heard my boyfriend call the police and the ambulance for me. And then when the cops arrived, he asked us what happened. And when my boyfriend tried...
Can I see the police report?
Sure.
Is the security guard still in your employ?
No, ma'am, he's not.
What's his name?
I know him as Big Ant.
Big Ant?
Yes.
How long did he work for you?
So, perhaps a year or so.
Well, Mr. Dugan, you pay your employees on the books?
Sometimes.
Did you pay Big Ant on the books or off the books? Look at me.
Yes, ma'am.
On the books or off the books?
He was paid cash at the end of every night. I do not know if he reported it.
Well, I'm just asking you because if you paid him on the books, then you'd have to have a name other than Big Ant.
Yes, ma'am.
You thought this was going to be easy?
No, ma'am.
It's not going to be easy
Yes, ma'am.
because you weren't there that night.
No, I wasn't.
And you don't know what happened. Hopefully...
I was home with my pregnant wife, who was 2 weeks away from giving birth, ma'am.
Listen, they're good for you.
Thank you.
And I hope everything turned out okay. But right now you have this gentleman who I assume wants to tell me what he saw because he was there that night. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You'll be up there in a second. I want you to make sure you got it all straight in your head. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any other reports that you have?
No, ma'am. I have some pictures of the incident that
I would like to
happened
see
to my eye.
You were treated at the hospital for
my eye.
You had a laceration under your eye. According to the police, somebody socked you in the eye.
Right.
Is that the only injury that you sustained?
Yes.
Tell me your name.
Troy Jones.
On what date did Big Ant terminate your employ?
As of that night, not heard from him since.
When you say as of that night, is that because he didn't return to work on the 10th? Or because you told him not to return to work on the 10th?
He left before the police arrived, or when the police arrived.
And you know that from this gentleman?
He and other employees.
Why did Big Ant take off?
I have no idea, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Jones, how long have you been in Mr. Dugan's employ?
On and off for about 5 years.
In what capacity?
I work with the bands that work there on a particular night, specifically Sunday nights.
What do you mean you work with the bands?
I'm also a member of the band also.
How many hours were you working that night?
I usually arrive at the club early, about 8 o'clock, and then the band usually starts performing anywhere between 10:30 and 11 o'clock at night.
When you're playing with the band, do you have any alcohol?
No, I don't drink at all.
Tell me what you observed on the 9th of May.
At around 2:15, we're between 2:15 and 2:30. We asked that security start having people leave the bar because by law, everybody has to be out of the bar by 2:30. Also, what happens is the bar staff will not count any money until all the patrons are out of the bar. Well, they were walking the other direction.
They were walking in what direction?
Toward the side door, which is basically like an emergency exit. Big Ant is telling them, hey, you got to go out. We have to leave now. You have to go this way. Well, he said it 5 or 6 times. By the time he gets up to them, they get together. Some words were exchanged. I don't know exactly what was said, but all I know is I seen a hand come up, which looked like a female hand. He was scratched, and there was a ruckus in between her and her boyfriend and Big Ant. And it wasn't a punch, it was more or less like an open hand smack like that. But he's a big guy, so it may have caused some damage. But it looked like she attacked him first.
Well,
that's a lie.
No, that's
you
not
didn't,
true, Your
but
Honor.
Mr. Jones, you didn't actually see that.
Yes, I did. From where I was standing, what I could see, yeah.
Where you were standing, what you can see. Now, you're equivocating. The one thing you didn't equivocate about was you saw Big Ant hit her. It looked like with an open hand somewhere around her face. That you said you saw.
Yes.
Well, an open hand doesn't cause this kind of damage.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I saw what appeared to be a female hand. Of necessity, it would have to be the plaintiff, unless her boyfriend has feminine hands.
And later today,
Well, when you pulled it off, madam, you scratched the paint.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did!
No, I didn't.
Listen to me. Yes, you did. That's why I'm here and you're there.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sarah Ali says she was punched in the face at Dan Dugan's nightclub. Sarah says the culprit was one of Dan's bouncers.
Okay, let's go back to what you saw at the beginning. You said that you saw what appeared to be a female hand. Is that what you told me?
Yeah, going up like this, coming down at him.
Well, how many females were standing there, Mr. Jones?
It was only one.
So describe what a female hand looks like, Mr. Jones.
Well, I mean, the female hand is not nearly as big as a man's hand in most cases, is what I think. I could be wrong.
So there were 3 people there.
Right.
Is that right? Big Aunt, this young lady, and her boyfriend.
Right.
So when you say to me, I saw what appeared to be a female hand, of necessity, it would have to be the plaintiff, unless her boyfriend has feminine hands. Is that right, Mr. Jones?
Could be, could not be.
Well, I mean, by a process of elimination, if there are 3 people standing there, unless, according to you, Big Aunt scratched himself, sir, it would have to be one of the other 2 people.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
I'm having too much fun. Now, did you wait around for the police to arrive, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I was still there.
Did you observe the ambulance?
I seen the ambulance pull up, yes.
So you knew that the police were treating this as a serious incident.
Yes.
Is that right?
Well, if they were called, yes.
And if they were treating this as a serious incident, clearly they were treating this young lady as the victim.
Right.
And certainly, based upon what you told me, you observed that this young lady was the aggressor in this incident. Is that right?
Yes, they both were.
No, 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 you didn't say both. I said who was the aggressor. Based upon what you told me, she was the aggressor. Is that right? And you would want to be a good citizen. You are a good citizen, aren't you, Mr. Jones?
Yes, Your Honor.
Could you explain to me how the police report is silent with regard to your statement to the police that she was the aggressor and scratched him?
No policeman ever came and talked to me.
Well, do you think that the police have some sort of crystal ball? If you have information that this employee of the club that you know for a year was the real victim, and there were a lot of people there, you think it's a good idea to go up to the police and say, listen, I saw the whole thing. She scratched him first. Look at his face. Well, the police report doesn't say anything about Big Ant having any scratches on his face.
Well, he wasn't there to make a report.
Even more of a reason for someone who witnessed the whole process to go up to the police and say, listen, the guy took off, but he was really not responsible. She was responsible. She assaulted him. Isn't that right, Mr. Jones?
Yeah.
Sit down.
Can I make one statement?
Anything else you want to say to me, Mr. Dugan?
I don't think so, Your
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount requested, $3,000. That's all.
All you guys do, let's step out.
Had you contacted me, I would have helped you. I'm really sorry what happened to you.
I'll be back to it.
I'm really sorry what happened.
I'll be back.
Okay. I'm going. Thank you. Thank all of you. Have a good life. She rendered her decision as she saw fit. That's her job.
I think I got what I deserved.
I'm happy with the judgment, but I still they need some regulations in that club.
As I was leaving, this security guard comes out of nowhere and picks on us for some reason.
They said that a woman was punched by a bouncer when she refused to leave.
I tried calling the club many times.
They want to come and have a nice time and behave themselves and leave when it's time to leave? Great.
I never went back there after that happened, and I don't intend to go back.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Villapudua versus Contreras. Step forward.
22-year-old Lorena Villapudua is suing her boyfriend's ex, 24-year-old Magdalena Contreras, for vandalizing her car. Lorena claims Magdalena ripped off the license plate frame.
According to your complaint, the defendant, Ms. Contreras, is your boyfriend's ex-girlfriend.
Correct.
They also have a child together.
Right.
How old is that child?
He's 6.
Are you pregnant again?
Yes.
Whose baby is that?
My fiance.
You live together?
Yes.
You only have one child?
little Rudy and then this one that's coming on the way.
According to your complaint, you and your fiancé were at an open school night at Rudy's school.
Right.
The defendant was there with her mother.
Yes.
There was some sort of an argument that took place, and after that, Miss Contreras vandalized your car.
Yes, because she was upset with him.
Miss Contreras says she didn't do as much as you said she did, just did a little. Is that your defense?
Yes.
Miss Contreras, that's almost like being a little bit pregnant. It doesn't happen.
Lorena Villapudua says her boyfriend's ex, Magdalena Contreras, vandalized her car. Magdalena claims Lorena provoked her.
Now, I'm going to go to Miss Contreras because Miss Contreras doesn't seem to object and seems to acknowledge the fact that she did put her hands on your car. So I'm going to ask her to tell me why.
Because my ex, Rudy, was supposed to take our son.
Rudy?
Yes. He was supposed to take our son to open house, which he didn't. And
okay. So it was an open school night and Rudy was with his father?
Yes.
For how long?
It's joint custody, so every other week he's with his dad.
So he had him for the week?
Yes.
Okay, so he didn't bring him to open school night?
Yeah, he didn't.
So?
So I got upset and I started asking him, why didn't he bring our son? And he said our son rather be with his grandpa. And I just got upset and I started yelling at him.
In the school?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
Because I was upset. I was hurt that he didn't take our son.
Control yourself. You were making a scene in the school?
Yes.
Well, that's stupid.
I know it's stupid.
Didn't your mother tell you to shut up?
Yeah, she did tell me to shut up, but I didn't
Good
listen to
for
her.
you.
No, she didn't.
Good for you.
She did not.
Shh. Am I the kind of person who needs help from you?
No.
So you created a scene in your son's school, which of course left everybody, including the teachers, the administration, the other parents, with the idea that this child comes from a home where they're not going to let their kids go and visit, certainly, because his mother doesn't know how to control herself.
Well, I was very hurt that he didn't take our son. Our son was
Get over it.
all happy that he was going to go.
Get over it. Did the court grant you joint custody?
Yes.
If the court granted you joint custody, then the court clearly had to say, I think that both of these parents are responsible enough to take care of this child an equal amount of time, that they're two good parents, and they made a judgment that he was as good a parent as you were. So that if he's with his father and his father decides not to bring him to open school night, that's none of your business. So let's move on from there. So you got angry, making a scene in the school in front of other people. Then what did you do?
We went into the classroom, the teacher started talking to us, and she was showing us...
Were you behaving at this point?
Yeah.
Good. And?
And then I just went to his desk and got his little picture, and then me and my mom took off, and then I seen Lorena's car, and I recognized it, and I just broke off her license plate holder. That's all I did to it. I didn't scratch it or anything else.
Well, tell me exactly the steps that you took. You saw her car while you were driving in your car?
No, I
or
was
were you
walking to my car.
Okay. You were walking to your car, you saw her car. So you had to bend down. Did you take off the back license plate or the front?
The back, just the holder.
And what did you do with it?
I broke it off, and then I was going to leave it on her window, but I didn't, so I just took off with it.
Can I see photographs of the damage to the car, please?
Yes, you may. I also have a police report.
I'd like to see that, too.
And it has a witness, a 13-year-old girl that was standing out near the car.
Well, when you pulled it off, madam, you scratched the paint.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did!
No, I didn't. I didn't
Listen
scratch
to
her
me.
car.
Listen to me. Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you did. That's why I'm here and you're there.
I didn't scratch her car.
That's why I'm here and you're there.
Your Honor, I seen it.
Just a second. Say nothing. You still have to share custody of this child, I assume.
Yes.
So, she can get mad at me, I don't care. As a matter of fact, I rather like it. You were driving the white truck?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said to your daughter, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Exactly. What did you say to this idiot when she got back into the car?
I told her that, why did you do that? It was uncalled for.
Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You have an estimate?
I do.
I didn't scratch your car when I broke that off. There's no way that I scratched your car.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Go ahead.
The license plate frame is screwed on.
I know what she did. She
can't-
pulled it off. She went like this in order to get it off, and in doing so, she scratched the car with the license plate. That's what she did. And she keeps saying, I just took off the frame. When you went over to take off the frame, genius, did you have with you a pliers?
No.
You had your hands?
Yes.
So you had to pull it. It was screwed on. When you pulled it, in order to get it off, and you were jiggling it, you scratched around the car. Do you get it?
I didn't scratch your car.
Oh, what an idiot. What an idiot. Listen, do me a favor. You know, she's pregnant now. When she's finished, discuss birth control with her. It's really a shame that we're continuing this. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $618. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think it went well, and hopefully she learns her lesson.
I didn't agree with
Landlord Suzanne Brown is suing plumber Anthony Chance for harassment. Suzanne says when she refused Anthony's professional services, he became vindictive.
Yeah, this is case number 263 on the calendar in the matter of Brown versus Chance. Parties have been sworn in. Your Honor, you may be seated. Have a seat.
Miss Brown, you own a building.
Yes, I do.
And one of your buildings had a leak. According to your complaint, you looked in the yellow pages and you found a plumber, the defendant, and asked him to go over and take a look and see what the problem was. So far, is that about right?
That's right.
He went over there and he called you and he told you what he thought the problem was and what it would take to fix it.
That's correct.
You paid him for his service call. You eventually found somebody else to fix the problem, paid him less money. And it is your claim that because Mr. Chance was angry that he didn't get the job, he harassed you in a vindictive way by going over and frightening your tenants, telling them that things were dangerous as a result of the shoddy workmanship that was being done in their building. Now, when did you have a leak in your building?
That was July 17th.
Who had a leak in their apartment?
Terry James.
Step up. Miss James, tell me what happened in your apartment on the 17th of July.
I had a leak by the bedroom window.
Near the bedroom window?
Yeah, down by the floor, by the baseboard.
Had it been raining that day?
Nope. But the lawn man had watered and watered and watered, and he had forgot to leave the water on.
So it was clear water that was coming through?
Yes.
And you called the landlord?
Yes.
All right, is that what brought you to the apartment, Mr. Chance?
No, it's not.
Well, what brought you to the apartment, sir?
Well, Suzanne Brown gave us a call on the 17th, and we went out to the property and did an inspection of the property. When we entered the tenant's unit, we found that the tub was full of sewage. There was about...
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Shh, just a second. The bathtub?
The bathtub
was full of sewage?
Was full of sewage.
Is that right?
No, not full of sewage.
Is that right?
That's a lie. That's a lie. There was no sewage in the tub at all. He wasn't even the man that came out. The man that came out, he ain't even here, I guess.
Really?
The man that came out walked around the house, went around to the front, got on the phone and called this man.
Did he come at that point?
No, he didn't. He never showed up. He showed
Not
up.
that day?
No.
Is that right, sir?
I was there on the 17th of July. I did not go in her unit. But
Just a minute. So you didn't go into her unit?
I did not.
So you didn't see anything in her unit on the 17th of July?
I saw sewage all around the perimeter of the outside of the building.
You did not go into her unit on the 17th?
I did not.
Good. Do you have a copy of the receipt that you got?
Yes, I do.
His company?
He sent that to me.
Okay. They say that in the front unit, they have water standing in the tub. Someone has inserted the word sewer water standing in the tub in this. This is the way you received it?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, when did you call somebody else? On what date?
I had actually called, there's a plumber that I always use. I had actually called him. The problem was that when I found out about the leak, it was a Sunday, and he wasn't available, and I wasn't sure how big it was, and I wanted to fix the issue.
Is this your regular plumber?
Yes.
Sit down. Step up, sir. Tell me your name.
My name's Mike Howard.
How long have you been working for the plaintiff?
Oh, probably since about '02.
You familiar with this unit?
Yes.
When did you go out to the unit?
The day after, the Monday.
Tell me what you found when you went out there on the 18th of July.
The water from the sprinklers had went over the foundation and entered the home.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Where had it entered the home?
It had came up over the foundation and ran into the area that was wet.
Carpeting wet?
Yes.
Around the baseboards?
Yes.
Did you find anything else wrong with the house?
The bathtub had about, I'd say about 1.5 inches of water in it that just wouldn't drain.
So the water that was standing in the tub was water that had been standing there because of a clogged drain?
Correct.
What did you use to clean out the drain?
Snake.
How much did you charge the plaintiff to do the whole job?
$2,500.
What did you charge her the $2,500 for?
We dug a place approximately 2 foot wide around the perimeter of the home. It was 90 foot long, and we poured concrete in there.
And what was that supposed to do?
It stopped the water from entering the home at the foundation.
You mean from the sprinkler system?
It was just a hose, but yeah.
What was the estimate that the defendant gave you to fix the problem?
The defendant told me it would be $45,000 for him to come in and dig out the entire concrete floor, and that my tenants would have to evacuate the premises. And the problem was that nobody had actually done any tests. The defendant never actually did any tests. All they did was walk the perimeter of the property. And actually, he didn't even do that. He had someone else do that. And came to the conclusion that it would be $45,000, that I needed to call my insurance company and make sure that I had him there, because the insurance company might not believe me, and that all three of us could meet and he could convince them that this is what needed to be done and get them to pay for it.
Now, after you decided not to hire him and you decided to hire Mr. Howard?
Correct.
Tell me what you claim he did to harass you and your tenants.
Well, on that Monday, when he had gone out and he had started working on it, when I came back that night, I had received numerous calls from Terry James, and I had 2 messages from Tony Chance. The first one said, I tried to run your credit card for the $69 service charge, and either you gave me the wrong number or I wrote it down wrong, and you really need to give me a call as soon as possible, otherwise we're going to have problems. The second message I got said that, I still haven't heard from you. You must be avoiding me. And by the way, I happened to go out to the property today, and I saw that you had some repairs going on there. And I just want to let you know that that was a really bad move on your part, and that now I'm going to have to contact the Sacramento Housing Authority and let them know what's going on over there. I'm going to put a full written report together to turn you in. And so to me, it was obviously, he was vindictive. I couldn't believe the message that I got. I was completely freaked out, and Terry said that he had been by there.
Don't.
Okay.
Step up. You can sit down. Did Mr. Chance come back to the house?
Yes, he came back on Monday.
He spoke to you?
Yes, he did.
What did he say to you?
Oh, my God. What is this? You mean to tell me they put concrete around the house? The sewage problem is not done. The pipes is busted. You guys are going to die. You guys need to get out right now. You guys should vacate the place. You guys mean to tell me you're not out of there? And then he came back on Tuesday and scared my son. Had my son all upset. Talking about we should have been out of there. We going to die. We go to sleep. We going to die. We should have been moved out of there.
Okay. Since July 18th or 19th, have you had any other problems in your home?
No, I haven't.
Any other water?
Nothing's wrong.
Are you friendly with the other tenants?
Yes, I am. Very friendly.
Anybody else have any water problems that you know of?
Nobody has any problems on the property.
I guess you were wrong.
I don't think so, Your Honor.
I guess you were wrong.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
So I'm asking you, what tests did you personally do? Make sure you give me an answer that I'm going to be comfortable with, Mr. Chance.
And later today.
And it never dawned on you to take the rest of the money and give it back to them.
They didn't ask for it back.
Insurance isn't supposed to make you rich, madam.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Landlord Suzanne Brown says plumber Anthony Chance harassed her and her tenants after she refused his professional services.
Did you write a report to any housing authority with regard to what you found?
No, I did not.
Ms. Brown says that that's what you threatened to do. Is that what you threatened to do, Mr. Chance?
I never threatened to do anything.
Did you indicate that that's what you were going to do?
No, I did not.
What did you say?
I said specifically that I had already called the health department due to the fact that there was still a dangerous issue out at her property.
When had you called the health department?
I called them Monday night when I drove by the property and saw that concrete had been poured over the top of the sewage on the outside of the building.
Mr. Chance, but you were wrong, sir, because we've had 5 months since you were there. And no problem.
They've taken care of the symptoms, but the problem still exists. And the problem with the property that they have there is the drains underneath the footing were leaking substantially and had been that way for a long time.
What tests did you do, specifically, what tests did you do on the 17th when you were there to test that?
I've got phone records with me showing that I was on my phone with my service tech who was on the job.
What tests did you do? Not your technician. If you call the health department, I would say that you don't rely on a technician. You go out there yourself before you make the call.
I did.
The very next day. So I'm asking you, what tests did you personally do? Make sure you give me an answer that I'm going to be comfortable with, Mr. Chance.
I personally didn't do any tests.
That's what I thought. Now, did you ever give Miss Brown a quote of $45,000 to fix the problem?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Did you ever say to Miss Brown that she should contact her insurance company?
I may have mentioned that, yes.
And that you should be there when the insurance company adjuster comes to look at the problem?
I advised her that that would be a good idea.
And are you telling me that you didn't give her a ballpark figure about what the problem would cost to rectify?
No, I didn't, Your Honor. I told her we needed to do tests to determine where the problem was at.
Oh, so if you're telling her you needed to do tests to determine where the problem was, why did you call the health department?
Well, we knew that there was a problem. We didn't know which bathroom was leaking or where the problem was at underneath the slab because the whole area underneath the house was saturated with sewage.
What made you think, sir, that the whole area under the house was saturated with sewage?
Because my technician went into the other unit, the back unit, and ran a sink for 20 minutes, and the water proceeded to come up in the carpets in the front bedroom of the front unit, which indicates a backed up sewer main.
And you think that that just happened once, sir?
I went by the job on Sunday night.
Yeah?
Because Suzanne had agreed to meet me there Sunday night.
Yeah?
And I was sitting in front of the property. I did not go in either of the units, but I saw the sewage around the perimeter of the building. I sat there for maybe 5 minutes, and then Suzanne called me and said, "I'm sorry, but something's come up. I can't meet you. I'll have to do it on Monday." So I left the property, but at that point, I was able to witness the wet sewage all the way around the outside footing, and it definitely was.
What made you think it was wet sewage, sir?
Based on the description that my technician gave me while he was in the home.
Mr. Chance, you want to know what I think, sir?
What?
I'm going to tell you what I think. I think that you were really annoyed with Miss Brown because she decided not to use you to fix this major problem and did you out of a really expensive job. Because he came out and said he ran a snake in the tub, the water went down, and she's had no more problems. 5 months later, your technician came out and did zippo. Nothing. Left the standing water in the bathtub and did nothing. What you did was you decided this was a big job. The entire foundation of this house had to be ripped up. Call your insurance company and let them know. All has to be redone. And then somebody else came and did it, and you were annoyed. And you didn't call the health department until after you were advised that she had gotten somebody else to fix what she perceived to be the problem or what she was told by a professional was the problem. That's vindictive, sir. What else?
I actually ended up filing a police report against him because I became scared. It's like he turned into this psycho plumber. And
he was just annoyed. It was a $45,000 job that went out the window because you got somebody with a snake to fix the problem.
Judy, I have some evidence.
My friends call me by my first name. Now, what I don't understand, Mr. Chance, is I absolutely believe Mr. Howard when he says he went to the premises the next day, took a snake, put it in the bathtub, snaked out the bathtub, the water went down, and I absolutely believe Miss Jones when she says she has not had a problem since. What I don't understand is how come your technician went into the house, saw standing water, and didn't take a snake to try to get it to go down, yet went into another unit, a unit that they had not called to complain about, let the water run in that unit to come up with a story, instead of doing the first thing that I would do as a plumber and say, gee, I see this standing water. Let me see if I can get it to go down. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, Mr. Chance?
I understand.
Very good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. That's all. You did the wrong thing. It's going to cost you.
Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It was a lie. The whole thing about the health department, he never called anybody because he knew he'd never done any tests.
I think that they tried to hide the real problem so that the health department wouldn't come out and create any problems with having to really repair the broken pipes underneath the slab.
I had spent $2,500 having the problem fixed. Obviously, I'm not a slumlord.
I'm positive that's what the problem was because that's what I saw.
I'm just happy. Very, very happy. Justice does we serve.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Freshly versus Velasquez. Step forward.
22-year-old Amy Freshly is suing former friend Herman Velasquez for rental car charges and for damages to the vehicle. Herman claims he owes Amy nothing.
Miss Freshly, you had an automobile accident.
Yes.
You knew the defendant, who was a mechanic, and you entered into an agreement with him that he would fix your car.
Right.
And according to you, your agreement was that the car would be ready in a week or 5 days. If it went over that, he was going to compensate you for the rental car.
Exactly.
Now, the car wasn't ready on time. He was supposed to pay for the additional days.
Right.
In addition to that, it is your claim that he took the rental car.
Exactly.
Which, for some reason, you left at his shop, drove it, and caused damage to it, and you were being charged by Enterprise Rental Car for the damage that you ascribed to him.
Exactly.
Okay. The car you were in an accident with was a 95 Tahoe?
Yes.
Is that your car?
Yes.
Alone?
Me and my boyfriend's car.
Who purchased it?
We both did.
You have insurance?
Yes.
Did the insurance pay for the accident?
Yes.
How much?
$4,045.
Who did they pay that to?
Paid it to me and my boyfriend.
Did you take the money?
I took the money and paid Herman $2,800.
They paid you $4,000 for something that he fixed for $2,800?
Yep.
And it never dawned on you to take the rest of the money and give it back to them?
They didn't ask for it back. They said they wouldn't pay for the rental, so I figured I'd use also some of that for a rental because I wouldn't have a car for a week.
Okay. So let us say he took the car, which you acknowledge. He took the car.
Yeah.
Don't acknowledge that you had an accident with it or that you damaged it.
No.
But you acknowledge you took it.
Yeah.
So let's say $2,800 is what he charged you for the car.
Yes.
Plus you say that he should be responsible for another $340 for the additional days that the car was rented
Yes.
when he didn't have it fixed on time.
Yes.
Right? Plus $340. Plus $701 for damage to the car.
Yes.
That's $3,841. Did you have any other expenses by virtue of this accident that you had?
No.
Well, my calculations are that you're still ahead $200 from what you scammed out of the insurance company. You expect me to give you more money? What are you looking at me? Am I speaking some sort of a foreign
No,
language
I just
that you don't understand?
expected to be paid for a car that I rented, and he said he'd pay for the extra week.
You didn't pay for the extra week. Your insurance company did. Think of it this way. On what date did you have the accident? March 29th?
Yes.
March 29th. On March 29th, you started off with a car that was in good running order.
Yes.
Right? And zero in the bank. On April 15th, you had $4,045 in the bank from the insurance company.
Yes.
2 weeks later, you had your car back, you had rented a car, and you still have an extra $200 in your bank. Now, what you want me to do is give you the extra $200, plus you want him to pay you $1,100.
Yes, I would.
That means that at the end of this accident, you have your car
It doesn't
and an
matter what
extra $1,300. Insurance isn't supposed to make you rich, madam. It is supposed to compensate you for your damage.
But that wasn't the deal when I had rented.
The deal that you entered into with your insurance company is to be an honest insured. I'm speaking. The deal that you entered into with your insurance company is that if you had an accident, they were going to compensate you for the reasonable cost of having your car fixed. And the reasonable cost of you having your car fixed was $2,800.
That's because he told me that's how much it was going to cost.
So why didn't you tell that to the insurance company?
I did. He actually wrote up something higher than what he was going to charge me.
And did you tell the insurance company that he did
No.
that? Let me tell you all about the doctrine of clean hands. The doctrine of clean hands is something that we learned very early on in law school. It says that when a citizen comes into court and asks the court to hear their case, they can't come in with dirty hands, which means they can't come in being wrong, scamming somebody and saying, well, he's a worse scammer than I am. Why won't you help me? What he did was worse. I had a deal with him. We had a deal that he was going to jack up the cost of fixing the car. He was going to have the adjuster come to his place and say it needs this and this and this and this and this. And he was going to get $2,800 to fix it, and I was going to end up pocketing the rest, which was $1,000 or whatever. And the only one that was going to be out is the insurance company, and they got plenty of money anyway.
Why?
So, madam, you get from me nothing. Zippo. Nada. Except a lesson in morality. Your case is dismissed.
20-year-old Monica Ruff is suing her former friend, 21-year-old Justin Judy, for damaging her car when he backed into another vehicle.
Order. All rise. That's case number 265 on the calendar in the matter of Roth versus Judy.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Ms. Roth, it is your claim that you were at a party, the defendant was at a party. He moved your car, and he did so without asking you, and he dented it. The defendant says that it was you who were drunk, moved your own car, and dented it yourself. That's your defense, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Was this party at your house?
Yes, it was, ma'am.
How many people did you have at the party?
20, 25.
How old are you?
I'm 20, going on 22, 21 right now.
Well, hopefully, if I let you, you'll be 22. Right now, you're 21. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Who do you live with?
I live with my witness here and another person.
So you have 2 roommates?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm in construction.
What night of the week was this?
July 9th. I think it was a Friday night or, yeah, Friday night.
Okay. And did you know Miss Roth before your party?
Yes, I did.
All right, Miss Roth, were you present when the defendant got into your car?
No, I was not. I was inside.
Who was?
My witness, Tita, was in the car.
Tell me your name.
Tita Chewin.
Miss Chewin, did you know the defendant prior to this evening?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was there drinking at the party?
Yes.
Any drugs at the party?
No.
None that you saw?
Not that I saw.
But drinking?
Yes.
All right, tell me what happened with the car.
We went outside to...
Who's we?
The 3 of us. We went outside to grab CDs, and it was a summer night, so we had tank tops on and skirts, and we wanted to grab shirts to put over. So we went out to the car, she grabbed her CDs, I grabbed my shirt, I put it on, she went back inside the house, and she left the keys for me. So I was in the passenger seat getting ready to leave, and he claims the truck in front of him needed to be moved, so he hopped in, and I told him, Monica...
Okay, he said that the car that you were in had to be moved?
Yes.
Okay.
The car was on accessories, but it wasn't, the engine wasn't on. He started it and...
Don't speak!
He started it and slammed on the gas without even looking behind him. And before he started the car, I told him, Monica would not want you driving her car. It's brand new. She doesn't even let us drive her car. I've known her since elementary school. We're really close. And he just slammed on the gas without even looking behind him, and I told him, don't you want to look behind you? And next thing I know, there was a big crash, and he jumps out of the car.
Did he say anything to you?
No, he just jumped out.
Did he put the car in park and jump out? Did he turn it off?
Oh, he pulled it up really quick so she wouldn't know, and then jumped out of the car.
So first he went backwards.
Yep, and then he pulled it up.
So he changed gears.
Yes.
I just want you to go step by step with me. So let's go step by step. First, it was in reverse.
Yep, and he slammed on the gas, hit the car, was like startled, and then he pulled it up back to where she had been parked, so it looked like her car wasn't moved, and hopped out of the car really quick.
And didn't say anything to you?
No.
So what did you do?
I was in shock, and then she came in, ran up to the window because she was across the street.
Tell me your name.
Keely Hartman.
Miss Hartman, did you witness this?
I just heard a crash. I didn't see it actually happen.
But you heard the sound?
I heard the sound.
Did you see the defendant?
I saw someone running away from the car, and that's when I ran over immediately because I saw it was Monica's car.
But you didn't see who it was?
I didn't.
Didn't see a face, or you didn't see whether it was a man, woman?
I saw a shadow running from the car.
Okay. Did the defendant say anything to you when you went back inside?
I peeked inside the window of the driver's side door, and I saw her in the passenger seat, and I looked and I saw nobody in the driver's seat, and I go, where's Monica? And Tita said she's in the house. That's when I looked over and I saw Justin crouching over by the bumper, and he said to me, don't tell her it's not a big deal, it's not even noticeable. And that's when I ran inside and grabbed Monica.
Okay, so he said to you, don't tell her it's not a big deal, it's not even noticeable.
Yes.
How long have you known the defendant?
A couple years.
Have you had any problem with him? No. You like him?
Do I like him?
Yeah, I mean like him as a person. He's okay, isn't he?
Yeah.
What about you?
Before this incident, I thought he was great.
Thought he was great. Never had any problem with him. Thank you. You can be seated.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's your turn. Did you get a turn?
All those girls are lying.
Stop! Listen to me. Listen to me very, very carefully, sir. I make a judgment as to who's lying.
Okay.
You have the opportunity, if you wish, to explain to me your version of the events that evening.
Okay.
I assume you brought this gentleman because he has something to contribute to this case.
Yes, I did, ma'am.
Your name is?
James.
James, you have a last name.
Johnson.
How old are you?
22.
Do you have parents?
Yes.
Do they like you?
Sometimes.
I want you to think about them when making a decision to testify, James.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
Okay. Let me hear.
Okay, in my defense. July 9th, we were having a party at my house. These girls showed up to my house intoxicated, had parked her car behind a truck of my friends, asked her to move it. She moved it, backed into the car, that was behind her, which was the black one.
And you saw all this?
Yeah, I was out in the street telling everybody was about ready to leave. The whole part of the heart, you know.
And
you
saw all of this?
Yeah, I saw the whole thing.
Go ahead.
I was in the street talking to a bunch of friends, and you know that happened, that transpired, and then she decided to leave belligerently, circle the block, and then come back, screaming, raving, whatever. She was intoxicated, and all that stuff.
So you had a party at your house. Did you serve alcohol,
No,
or did the
not to
people
them.
bring out? Shh. Did you serve alcohol, or did the people bring alcohol?
They brought their own.
You just provided the site.
Yes, I just presided the area for people to party. But everybody at my house was 21, minus these 3 girls.
You mean I just happened to be fortunate enough to pick the 3 girls who were underage at your house?
Yes, ma'am. But they were intoxicated before they showed up to my house.
You want to speak?
Sure.
Who do you live with?
Justin, Judy, and another roommate.
So you lived together. And how long have you lived together?
For about a year and a half.
You know these 3 girls?
I know them from being at my house that night. I'd never even known them before.
What time did the party start?
Between 9 and 10 o'clock.
When did you start drinking?
Between 9 and 10 o'clock.
What were you drinking?
Beer.
What time did these girls arrive?
I'm not totally sure on that. I actually did not see them arrive. I didn't see them arrive. I didn't know they were there until well after they were there.
And what time was that?
Between 10 and 11 o'clock.
So the party was only going on for an hour?
Possibly.
What do you mean possibly?
I'm not sure. It was.
How many beers did you have between 9 and 10 o'clock?
Couple.
Couple could be 2 or 5.
Between 2 and 5.
What kind of work do you do?
Construction.
You work for the same place?
No. I install windows in residential housing. He seals driveways.
Seals them. Doesn't steal them. He seals them.
Yes.
So now, I want you to tell me what you saw.
Okay, I was...
No!
Sorry. I was at the party, and I was walking out.
What time?
It was late. I don't know.
Give me an idea.
Probably between 12 and 1.
Okay, so between 12 and 1. So let's say between 9 and 10 you had between 2 and 5 beers.
Yes.
And I would assume that once you had between 2 and 5, you lost track.
Nah, I didn't finish my 12-pack.
How much was left over?
2 or 3.
So maybe you had 10 beers.
Yeah, probably.
So now tell me what happened after midnight.
Well, after I came outside, I had seen Monica get in the car, back up, and bump into the other car. And it wasn't that big of an accident, so nobody really made a big deal out of it. And I seen her get out of the car, have a little conversation with him, and then I seen her get back in the car and drive away. It didn't happen all that quick, but that's the sum of it. Yes.
You may be seated.
Thank you.
Don't you feel like a jerk?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I have phone calls from Justin saying he will pay me.
Before you do that, before we connect, you want to say anything else to me, Justin?
And later today.
When did you take this money?
A couple weeks before I was leaving for Florida.
I don't know when you were leaving for Florida, sir. It wasn't on my social calendar. What's the matter? They're too nasty for you?
No, that was delightful.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Monica Roth says former friend Justin Judy backed her car into another vehicle. Justin claims it was a drunken Monica who was behind the wheel.
Let me see the estimate on the car, please. And picture of the car? Yep. What kind of a car did he hit?
Cougar. It was a black car, that's all.
Cougar?
I'm pretty sure it was a Mercury Cougar.
You know who it belonged to?
It was this kid, Jeremy, and he didn't even tell him that he hit his car.
But did you tell him?
He came out, and I think Keely or someone told him. I wasn't.
Who told the Cougar that his car got hit? Anybody?
I didn't. Well,
Nobody told me.
Shh.
I don't think I didn't tell him. He heard from the people inside that someone's car had been hit, so he ran outside and saw that it was his car and was furious with Justin.
Is the Cougar man a friend of yours?
Yes, he's a very good friend of mine, actually.
How come he's not here?
How
come he's not here? Is he overseas? Is he fighting in the military?
No. He couldn't make it.
Couldn't make it.
No.
Too bad for you. He's a very good friend of yours. seemed to me a very good friend. Instead of bringing this one over here, I certainly would have brought the person whose car... I'm speaking. I would have brought the person whose car was hit to testify that they know that it wasn't you who hit their car, it was somebody else who hit their car. Put your hand down.
He's the only one that saw it, though. The guy who owned the car did not see
You see how
anything.
many witnesses they have here, too? See what you have on your side? Stop shaking your foot. It's making me nervous.
The guy whose car that she hit was not around and did not see it, did not know it happened until later in the night.
Your Honor, I have phone calls from Justin saying he will pay me the money and that he's so sorry that he did it, and he is doing everything he can to get me my money, and he just wants to pay cash and he doesn't want to go to court.
You have them here?
Yes, I have.
Oh, I'd like to
I can
hear
call
that.
my voicemail.
Oh,
Should I go
sure, I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, please. It's her phone. She's gonna. There's two of them.
Ooh, I love to be right.
You've pressed an incorrect key. To disconnect, press 1. To record your message, press 2. Sorry you were having trouble. Please try again.
It's okay.
Can I try one more time?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
I have all the time in the world.
Sorry.
Oh, just a sec. Before you do that, shh, before you do that, before we connect, you want to say anything else to me, Justin?
Like what?
Like I may have made that
I did that to help her out because it was not my property.
I'm speaking. Is there anything else that you want to say to me before we try to connect with this phone call?
I've said what I've had to say.
All right.
You've got my defense statement, so I'm sticking with that. That's what it is.
Go.
First saved message sent Friday, August 20 a.m.
Monica, it's Justin. I got your text message. I'm not trying to avoid you. I've been busy working a lot. We're really busy right now. Plus, I have another job. I'm trying to work as much as possible to get you your money. I do want to work something out. I don't want to take this shit to court. I'm not trying to avoid you. So, I don't know. I got to work till midnight tonight. Give me a call whenever.
And
I have one more.
Resave. Next message sent Friday, August 5th at 9:11 p.m.
Monica, I'm calling you again because I'm trying to set up some sort of payment plan with you because I've been working a lot at 2 jobs. Yeah, so call me back and let me know what's up. I don't want to take the court. I'd rather pay you in cash and get it dealt with. Call me back.
End.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $967.53. That is for the repair on the car, damage to the vehicle. If I could add another couple of thousand to that for just being 2 wise guys, I would. You're an embarrassment, and you're an embarrassment to yourself and your parents. That's all.
What is that excuse? You may step out.
Wow. They were drunk. I mean, drunk girls is what it was, man. That's how they were.
He called us and said he had liquor for us at his house.
I never thought it would come to this, but whatever.
I can't believe he lied.
I'm an embarrassment.
I thought he was a friend, but I really know who my true friends are.
86 for life, meaning they're not allowed to ever step foot anywhere near my house again.
I'm so glad he won't let us back at his house because I would never step foot there again.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Rivera versus Sipe. Step forward, please.
22-year-old Crystal Rivera is suing her ex-boyfriend, Robert Sipe, for a loan to travel to Florida. Robert says he wanted to help with the hurricane relief.
Miss Rivera, you're a student?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
I just graduated.
You just graduated
Yes.
from college?
Yes.
How old are you?
22.
Mr. Sipe, what about you?
Oh, I'm a salesman.
How did you meet him?
I actually met him on my 21st birthday party.
Somebody brought him?
Yes.
And according to you, you started to date Mr. Sipe
Yes, ma'am.
and loaned him $1,250. At some point, he did pay you back $400, leaving a balance of $850. Mr. Sipe says, while he acknowledges that you gave him $1,250, he says that's exactly what it was. It was a gift, and he only gave you $400 because he wanted to help you out, right?
Correct.
Well, since we're getting rid of the issue of whether or not the money was passed from Miss Rivera's hands to yours, why don't you tell me, Mr. Sipe, when did you take this money from Miss Rivera?
A couple weeks before I was leaving for Florida.
When was that? I don't know when you were leaving for Florida, sir. It wasn't on my social calendar.
I understand that. I completely understand that. In August, early September.
What's the matter? They're too nasty for you?
No. That was delightful.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she offered me, well, she claimed that she offered me $850.
Listen to me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you live?
In Arkansas.
And what were you going to Florida for?
To clean up the hurricanes, relief.
You were going to volunteer?
No, I had a contractor. I was trying to get down there.
So you had a job there?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Well, in the process.
And what did you need money for?
Travel expenses, hotel expenses, food expenses, etc.
Well, I thought you had a job.
At that point, no, I didn't.
Well, neither did she. She was a student.
That was a gift that she gave me. I don't know her business.
How long did you know her before you asked her for this money?
Maybe a week.
Shh, shh, shh.
She offered it to me.
What did you tell her to inspire her to offer you this money, Mr. Sipe?
I was just telling her my story that I needed to get down there, and she offered it to me. I wasn't inspiring her, nothing.
You must have been inspirational.
I don't know what it was. She offered it to me, and I said thank you.
Well, Mr. Sipe, let me suggest this to you, sir. You are almost 10 years her senior. She's a student. You're an adult. You're supposed to be employed. You take money from a student who has no money, because according to her, this was money that her parents had given her for books. She went and sold her books in order to give you this money because you had to get. I'm speaking. Listen to me. I'm speaking. When my mouth moves, yours doesn't.
Yes, ma'am.
So that would suggest to me that something is off with your moral compass. Taking money from somebody that you met for a week, knowing that she doesn't have a lot of money. I'm speaking.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm telling you, that would suggest to a stranger that you're a taker. That's a given. You're a taker. If she, in fact, offered you this money and just said, I want you to take it, it's a gift. So now I want you to tell me, what epiphany did you have at some point? What finding of religion did you have that inspired you to give her $400?
Good deed.
He's cute.
It's the truth,
He's
though,
cute.
ma'am.
He's cute.
It is the truth.
To somebody, but not to me, Mr. Sipe.
That's fine, but it is
not
the truth.
to me, sir.
It is the truth, though.
Let us say that I believe you for a moment, that she was smitten with you, because that would be the only reason she would give you money. If she wasn't romantically interested in you, she wouldn't have given you the money, right?
Well, I wanted to help the people in the hurricane.
You wanted to help the people in the hurricane?
Well,
she's also mentally challenged. I mean, I can understand helping the people in the hurricane. Send them $1,250. Don't give it to him.
Right.
He didn't even end up going.
Right.
Right?
Correct.
Take your money and send it to the Red Cross.
I've actually started a nonprofit corporation to help the people from
Well,
the
that's
previous
fine.
hurricane.
He's not a nonprofit organization. Nowhere to send your money. In what month did you give her $400?
I would say in October, November.
Had she called you and asked you for the money?
No, ma'am. I just offered it to her.
A good deed.
A very good deed. Yes, it is.
We're going to have another good deed.
And then
Judgment
a
for the
week-
plaintiff in the amount of $850. That's all.
Why these are excuses?
तो वीडियो बना रहा है और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं। अब्दुल्ला चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया हाशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। चौड़ कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग सीएनसी में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहां पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोर्च, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटफ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया। साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर। आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी? नहीं मिलेगी। ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग, और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल एक्टेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग, और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ, और यहाँ पे आपको डबल एक्टेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें, और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो, और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। शॉर्ट कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है, और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में, और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल, और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 2750 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोच, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें, और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है एस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं, और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस, और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन, और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया। साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है, और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर। आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग, और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल एक्टेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग, और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ, और यहाँ पे आपको डबल एक्टेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें, और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो, और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। शॉर्ट कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है, और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में, और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल, और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 2750 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोच, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें, और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है एस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं, और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस, और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन, और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया। साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है, और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर। आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी? नहीं मिलेगी। ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग, और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग, और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ, और यहाँ पे आपको डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें, और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो, और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। चौड़ कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है, और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में, और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल, और यहां पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोच, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें, और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं, और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस, और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन, और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया। साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है, और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर। आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी? नहीं मिलेगी। ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग, और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग, और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ, और यहाँ पे आपको डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें, और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो, और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। चौड़ कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है, और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में, और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल, और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोच, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें, और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं, और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस, और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन, और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया। साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब, ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं। इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है, नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर। आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी? नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया हाशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। शॉर्ट कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोर्च, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है एस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल, यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब, ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं। इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है, नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर। आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी? नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया हाशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। शॉर्ट कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोर्च, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है एस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल, यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब, ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं। इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है, नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर, आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला, चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं। ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। शॉर्ट कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 2750 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोच, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब, ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं। इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है, नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर, आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला, चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं। ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। शॉर्ट कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 2750 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोच, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन। और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं। इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आज जी अंदर आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो। मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। चौड़ कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोच, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटफ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन। और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं। इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आज जी अंदर आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो। मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। चौड़ कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोच, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटफ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिनियोटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत, नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन, और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब, ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है, नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर, आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला, चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं। ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया हाशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। शॉर्ट कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोर्च, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिनियोटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटफ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिनियोटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत, नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब, ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है, नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर, आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल हाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला, चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं। ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया हाशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। शॉर्ट कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोर्च, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिनियोटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता, और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिनियोटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत, नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन, और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब, ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है, नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर, आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला, चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं। ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। शॉर्ट कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कारपोच, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिनियोटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता, और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिनियोटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत, नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन, और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब, ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है, नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर, आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला, चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं। ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। शॉर्ट कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आज है अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोच, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत, नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन। और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आज जी अंदर आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया हाशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। चौड़ कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में और ब्लैक में जो गेट, ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आज है अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोच, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत, नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आज जी अंदर आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया हाशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। चौड़ कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग सीएनसी में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहां पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 2750 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कारपोर्च, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है एस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर। आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो। मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया हाशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। शॉर्ट कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 2750 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कारपोर्च, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है एस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर। आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो। मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। चौड़ कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग सीएनसी में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहां पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोर्च, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटफ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन। और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर। आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिफ प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो। मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। चौड़ कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोर्च, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटफ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर। आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिफ प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला, चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं। ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। शॉर्ट कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग सीएनसी में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहां पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोर्च, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया। साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर। आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला, चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं। ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। शॉर्ट कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग सीएनसी में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोर्च, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया। साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर। आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। शॉर्ट कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग सीएनसी में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहां पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 2750 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कारपोर्च, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया। साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर। आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ और यहाँ पे आपको डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। शॉर्ट कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 2750 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कारपोर्च, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटर्फ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया। साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर। आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिक प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ, और यहाँ पे आपको डबल अटैच्ड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। चौड़ कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग सीएनसी में, और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल, और यहां पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोर्च, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटफ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन, और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर। आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिफ प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग, और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग, और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ, और यहाँ पे आपको डबल अटैच्ड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे। ओए तू वीडियो बना रहा है? और यार लोगों की बातें चलती रहती हैं अब्दुल्ला। चल आ तुझे घर दिखाता हूं, ऐसा घर कि जो मस्जिद के बिल्कुल करीब में हो, मस्जिद दिखा दें और कॉर्नर कैटेगरी का हो और न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर हो, तो वो आपके लिए लेके आया आशिम प्रॉपर्टी वाला। जल्दी से व्यू करा देते हैं जनाब। चौड़ कॉर्नर है, साइड पे विंडोज और फ्रंट एलिवेशन दिखा दें। एलिवेशन पे टाइल लगाई है और आपको सेफ्टी ग्रिल और रेलिंग CNC में, और ब्लैक में जो गेट ब्लैक और गोल्ड में क्या ही कहने हैं। रैंप पे 2x2 की टाइल, और यहाँ पे दिखा दें जी प्लांटेशन के लिए प्लांट्स आपने खुद लगाने हैं। पावर एवेन्यू दिखा दें बिल्कुल करीब। आ जाए अंदर, आपको अंदर दिखाते हैं। 27-50 कैटेगरी का होने की वजह से खुला डुल्ला कार पोर्च, ऊपर फॉल सीलिंग, चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग की है जी। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है टाइल, स्टोर, पाउडर रूम दिखा दें और ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता। और एक चीज आपने छोड़ दी अब्दुल्ला, यहाँ पे सोसाइटी बायलॉज के मुताबिक आपको ये जगह भी उन्होंने प्रॉपर डेकोरेट की है आस्ट्रोटफ से और टाइल से, ताकि घर में गंदगी ना हो। अंदर जैसे आप आते हैं तो सॉलिड वुडन डोर आपको मिलते हैं और ऊपर वही चिन्योटी फॉल सीलिंग, साथ में शैंडलियर इंतहाई खूबसूरत। नीचे जनाब 2x2 की टाइल। यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है विंडो। अगर घर में लाइट नहीं है तब भी आपका घर रहेगा रोशन। मीडिया वॉल दिखा दें जी, खर्चे हुसन चर्चे हुसन। बैक पे जनाब पैनलिंग, फ्रंट पे और यहाँ पे डेकोरेशन पीसेस के लिए स्पेस और नीचे स्टोरेज स्पेस। मोल्डिंग वर्क दिखाएं जी, सेपरेशन वुडन, और ड्राइंग रूम में मोल्डिंग वर्क कर दिया, साथ में लैंप लगा दिया, साथ में आपको मिल जाती है विंडो और अलग से आने के लिए रास्ता। इधर दिखाएं जी किचन, ओपन अमेरिकन किचन, शशके डाल दिए हैं जनाब। ये फ्रंट दिखाएं ना, बत्तियां ला दी हैं है? इधर दिखाएं विंडो, हुड एंड हॉब इंस्टॉल्ड है और आपको अच्छी स्पेस दी है। नीचे भी टाइल वर्क किया हुआ है। पास आके दिखाएं भाई, पास आ जाए जी अंदर। आपको ये डिजाइनिंग मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, ये आशिफ प्रॉपर्टी वाला लेके आएगा। बैक पे आपको मिल जाता है वॉलपेपर, ऊपर इंतहाई खूबसूरत फॉल सीलिंग, और यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाती है डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब। वॉशरूम दिखाएं, टाइल का कलर और साथ में WC और इंडियन दोनों लगा दी हैं जनाब, ताकि प्रॉब्लम ना हो। कुछ लोग WC मांगते हैं, कुछ लोग इंडियन मांगते हैं। इस रूम में भी आपको मिल जाती है विंडो, ऊपर दिखा दें फॉल सीलिंग, और यहाँ पे मिल जाती है डबल क्रॉस वेंटिलेशन भाईजान। इधर वॉशरूम दिखाएं इंडियन सीट के साथ, और यहाँ पे आपको डबल लाइटेड वार्डरोब मिल जाती है 3 कमरों के साथ। न्यू सिटी का सस्ता तरीन घर अगर आप हासिल करना चाहते हैं तो आपने राब्ता करना है नंबर पे, ते बाकी गल्ला फोन पे।